Okay, now, much respect to the family, man. I appreciate everybody for being here. We're gonna go ahead and kick this off. Hopefully, this is gonna be an awesome show. I know it shall be. I ain't even gonna hold this, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and bring fam straight on up, and y'all know what it is. Everybody, give it up for the oh so lovely, the oh so wonderful, one of my favorite peoples in the world, Miss Oshun. What's going on with you?
Hey, Smitty, how are you?
We doing good, man. We doing good, man. Long time on this one right here. So we gotta give it to the people on this one, right? We gotta give it to the people for this one. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into it. So before we get going, first I would like to ask, how's your day been? How's everything been for you so far?
Listen, I ain't even got a chance to catch up to what happened today. Okay, I'll
Right.
text you in the back, but it's
Okay.
basically people is weird, and they people weird. Okay, like
Mhm.
don't let them speak in English and looking calm fool you. People.
Facts.
I,
Facts.
I listen. I didn't found out stuff today that I did not want to know.
Uh-huh.
So
I'm right here.
I'm just today has been a day. Yeah. Yeah. Just lesson of the day.
Uh-huh.
Don't don't take picking up on vibes as one to one with you didn't do something, so therefore I don't get vibes. Like I've heard
Oh
some I've
wow.
heard somebody say, I don't get vibes that you're like that. Meanwhile, the like that we're talking about is something you would not know unless you was in the room when they committed said crime.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I'm sitting here like, so I know this person is a criminal in this way. And you're
Right.
saying this person that like you don't pick up on the vibes. So I wanted to choke a few people today. But
It
yeah, don't
happens.
listen when it comes to what people do behind closed doors. Do not rely on quote unquote vibes. Like go with one your instinct, your intuition, and the facts. So,
And last but not least, actual action.
oh yeah,
I'm to the point where, yeah, forget everything you be saying to me. Like you can keep saying it till the sun come up. I'm
yeah,
gonna look at what you did before the sun went down.
yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, what did you do? I.e., what's on Beyonce's internet?
There we go. There we go. So you already know. So us starting this off, all right, y'all. So we got two topics, okay? So the first topic we're gonna be talking about for the evening, and we're gonna kick this off nice and smooth. The time right now is 8:42 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank everybody so much for tuning in. Welcome back to the Lighthouse, aka Smitty's Corner. You know what I'm saying, featuring the oh so lovely Ms.OshunPossible. So I want to ask you this, sis.
Mhm.
What's your view on any form of immigrants? Now, yeah, we're getting primarily into the Africans, but just period. What's your view on people who come here? And I'm just saying it flat out, shit on Black Americans. And they make it seem as if somehow or another, because you know what I hear often?
Mhm.
What I hear often is, we came over here from nothing and made something out of nothing. You all have been here, what you claim to be over 400 years, and y'all still ain't done shit yet. You still don't own nothing yet. And I'm tired of the disrespect. What's your view on that? Let's rock out. Yeah, we're going to kick it off.
So most foreigners, as Americans, when we go to other countries, don't
Mm-hmm.
do any research on the history of said country.
Mm-hmm.
People that come to if you're coming to America from any other country in the world, okay, you're foregoing your culture, your language, your
Right.
everything you know, everything that makes you who you are, because you need some money and you need to make it, and you can't help
Right.
yourself wherever you at. You can't help yourself.
Right.
So you taking that long risk, okay? Uh, for you to do that means that you've been through a lot in your country. And the thing is, you're not really concerned with one-to-one comparisons between poverty in your country and coming up in the world and poverty in America and the history of what that has to do with, for instance, the KKK.
Right.
You're
Right.
not
I'm with
concerned
you.
about that. Like
Right.
you're
Right.
just glad to be here because you're not in the desert. You're not a desert Bedouin, or you know what I mean. You're
No,
not
it
in a,
could be simply because you actually have homes that have running water
that part,
consistently and the lights don't go out after 7 where you're
that
from.
part, that
That
part.
type shit.
Yeah, that's all you worried about. You got running water, there's air conditioned, and when you call for Uber, you know they not coming to rob you. That's all you care about. However, in America, our standards is not to be compared. Because, for instance, we
Right.
don't compare American slavery to slavery that happened in the Middle East back in the Middle Ages. We don't compare the slavery that happened here to that. It is not that. So, for instance, one would say, well, African Americans went through chattel slavery and they were inventors. You guys barely had barterdom, and you don't have no inventions under your belt in India, over there in Kuwait, over there in China. Like you don't have nothing. Y'all had slavery. Like the Baltic region, y'all had slavery. Where's all of the inventions? Because it wasn't like you had chattel slavery. What were you guys doing all this time? You see how that would sound kind of stupid?
Mm-hmm.
That part. Because as I'm sad to say, but foreigners that come to America are here as capitalists that do not care about integrating into quote American culture. And I know I sound like one of those skinny white boys, but they're not. And so they speak ignorantly, and this is why I'm be honest with you, like nobody cares. Like nobody that matters actually cares. Like you have never heard of an African American saying, "I heard this foreigner talking about how we don't like, appreciate shit," and because I heard the foreigner say it, I think I appreciate running water more now.
That's you on point because where I'm at with it too is how in the world do I even begin to even come somewhere? And the first thing that I have to say is, you know what? F for everybody who's done any and everything here because their whole thing is, well, we came from nothing. You all have, in their eyes, we have everything at our fingertips. So what is it that you're possibly complaining about? What's the complaint? Then come to find out, now that they deporting all of y'all asses, there's a lot of complaints up in the air. I find it to be very fascinating. Yeah, it's like we was good until Trump got in there and started doing all this extra stuff.
Yeah.
So now what? We getting treated just like y'all. Now we got to scrap and scramble just like y'all. We got to duck and hide just like y'all.
Mm-hmm. I see where you're going with
You
that.
see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yeah, I see where you're
It's
going
like
with
when they get to
that.
saying, like, what are you complaining about? You ain't been here to know what possibly the grievances are.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the grievances are because you don't know the ins and outs of this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say this: the basic ends is that when Africans specifically come here, one, they don't understand how racist the immigration system is towards Africans specifically, because they
Really?
think because they come here, that means that that system is not racist.
Mm.
Meanwhile, the criteria that Africans face to come here is not the same criteria that people come here from Saudi Arabia. It's not the same criteria from people from the Slavic region. It's not the same criteria as China, for instance. Like it's not the same criteria. So
Hmm.
it's like you think that you're being given an opportunity. Meanwhile, you're going through a system that says if we're gonna let y'all in, y'all better be top 1% because we don't mess with y'all. And if we need to let somebody go, the first people we gonna let go who's legal here is y'all. And I bet you dollars to donuts, whatever's happening over there with ICE now that they're going, I heard they're going after anybody that's in the country like under
Hmm.
temporary status or
Right.
under
No,
anything
no,
like
even green cards. They're going after green cards that aren't yeah. If you ain't renewed, if you're not, yeah, they're going after everything.
Oh, they about to shut this whole country down.
They going
Because
after
most people's green cards is expired.
They going after green cards too.
Okay, so if that's the case, then yeah, they about to get a rude awakening because again, before they would send, for instance, the Indians, right? That came over here on them those K visas, no J1 visas. They're gonna send the permanent residents from Africa back first because them Indians come over here at a higher premium than
because
Africa.
of the work visas. They on them work visas viciously. Them and Asians, East Indians, not Middle Easterns, East Indians and Asians. Oh, they on them work visas hard.
Yeah, work visas and student visas that they kind of they merge them. But the thing is, there's a gap in between those two statuses, and there's always a gap for whatever reason. But for the first time in history, that gap means you're going home. Lord help. But I'm gonna say this to the Africans: when you get back home, it's best you take everything you learned here from us African Americans who've been telling y'all about white people, okay? And you build something for yourself over there.
I'm gonna go in heavy tonight. I don't know what you doing. Look, you can be the love experience, or you could be the dragon. But I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm just letting y'all know. Don't mind my little calm demeanor now. We going in. So I'm about to pull this up. Yeah. So and you already know what the MO is, fam. Just go ahead. Let me know when to push pause. You know what it is. All right. And let's
I might be clowning, but
nah, we gonna get it in. Like F them. We getting it in, dog. Like real though. They clown us.
Yeah, we might be.
And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 8:51 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's rock out.
From another Black immigrant talking crazy to foundational Black American community. Of course, the Black community responded. Check it out.
Deportation efforts and all of that, they're facing the highest eviction rate. The only way they can have a fair chance is.
What you got?
That group that was just on the screen, was that like
right there?
Yeah, what's that back?
I got you.
What did I just see?
What? Go ahead, break it down.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I needed to marinate on that because I don't like this image. And the reason why is because it's giving swingers. And that one in the red dress, I didn't know if that was a man or a woman. And I'm like, wait a minute now. Hold on. Like,
she said, hold on. I thought it was about immigration, not poly.
But now you can hit play. I just seen that.
Now that you said it, now hey look. And Shorty in the black, she with the chopstick, she looked like I told Daryl I wasn't into this shit for real. Could you stop leaning in so close?
Oh my god.
Shit. Let's go and get back to it.
The Black community responded. Check it out.
Deportation and all of that, they're facing the highest eviction rates that they've ever faced. The only way that they can have a fair chance is to hope that we get deported, because we came to this country, we did what needed to be done, and we made the best out of the efforts and the benefits that they ignored. They were born here and they weren't ahead of us. We came here and we passed them, and instead of them taking accountability, Black and white, they always want to log in and shit on us. Baby, it's so damn hot outside. They're facing evictions left and right. This country is throwing its poor Blacks and whites out on their ass.
That shit. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Put this on the screen. Put this on the screen. Oh, wait a minute, bitch. Wait. Oh, a minute. Oh, wait a fucking minute. Did she say we doing better than white people?
You heard
this
correct.
Bitch said we came from Africa with nothing, and we're doing better than what people?
The very people who has their entire continent still colonized. They can't touch a damn diamond without having to check it in. Okay? Yeah.
You doing better than white people.
Yeah, And in South Africa, last time I checked, they got a white ruler. Last time I checked, they still under France.
Let me ask you something. And I'm not saying this ain't no diss to Africans or whatever, especially my Ethiopian fam. Okay,
I don't care how they take it. I told you I don't care how you take it. Lola being nice, y'all. Lola gonna be nice.
Let me ask you something. Is the Africans you know like 6-figure earners? The ones you know?
Only like 3. I do got a homeboy that's a doctor. I know like 3, but I'm telling you, because you know how it is, Lolo. We come from the DMV area. This is a melting pot. This is mini New York. This is New York Junior. So we have everything here. Yeah, about 3. The rest of them, I'm gonna be honest with you, they're just like the rest of it, just everyday average earners. I'm not even going to say like they did just bottom of the barrel breaking up boxes in the back of a fast food shop. But they just everyday average. But I'm gonna say, I know about 3 of them that's doing the damn thing.
Let me say
but
something.
I know a lot of them, and I'm talking about from not just Nigerians, Sierra Leoneans, Nigerian, Cameroonians, Gambia, Grenada, all of that. I'm talking about all over.
Let me say something. 90%, and it's a strong 90% of the foreigners I know. And I know a few from Silver Spring, the Ethiopian community, the Little Africa out here, the West African community, East Baltimore from some of the Central African community, a few down here in PG County, some of them, right? Most of them is considered what you call it, low wage earners. Most of them are low wage earners. You have some little bit in the middle where they make like middle income, and then you have like a teeny weeny part of them that, like you said, they're in the top 1% of sectors, like doctors, right? And I'm saying to myself, ain't that what most people, how most countries fall into? Like maybe top 2%, it falls into the 100K or more, then the rest of them in the middle, and then most of them at the fucking end. Like, isn't that how that fall? Because last I checked, I can pull about 15 Africans that I know personally, and you'd be like, okay, 7 of them work at 7-Eleven. They got degrees though. 5 of them got regular jobs working in the medical field, but not really, because they just nurse assistants wiping ass and taking care of people that can't take care of
senior citizens home. They
and
deep in there.
And usually the income there is about $40,000, $10,000 less than the national average. So this is most of them, whether they got a degree or not. This most of them. But what I'm saying is that's not any different than anywhere else in any community. But here's the thing: the fact that you think in your brain that you have accomplished more than the white man.
Yeah.
Lord, child, I don't even think you need to be talking about African Americans, because what percentage we is out here? Like 13 to what percentage we is now? Why is you comparing yourself to the smallest percentage of people here when you got 67% of white people to compare yourself to? Like, when you want to talk like it now, okay. Let me pull back.
I believe, Lola, we're around the 14s, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, 14% of the population.
14 point something, yeah.
Okay, so so coming from Africa, right? Colonization is different from what we went through. You would think somebody would understand that Africa isn't poor because it's Africa. Africa is poor because of the politics that rule over
leadership or
the
lack
leadership,
thereof.
the politics, the influences. Right. That's why they are in the position they're in. So why would you come to a place like America, okay, and not understand that the reason why people that look similar to you is in a similar situation as your family back in the fucking village? Why don't you connect that? Now you think because the white man let you come to his motherfucking system and gave you a pass and let you make a little bit of money, that somehow now you're doing better than the white man and his white woman. You're doing better. The African in America, not the African American, the African in America. You think you're doing better than the white man. Well, here's the thing. Leave African Americans out your mouth, Because if you're doing better than the white man, you don't need to be talking about doing better than us, because we're not on par with the white man. That's not the situation out here with us. So why in the fuck are you even talking about what African Americans are doing or not doing if you surpassing the white man? What is it that the white man ain't doing that you doing so much better? Like, I know, like, this is like a weird like situation to be in right now. Like, I need to
That
understand.
is. But you know something that I actually wonder, and I don't think a lot of us have actually ever asked this question. So, me and you both being 80s babies. All right. We came up in the day of this right here. This is how we came up when we were growing up.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Now, African kufi hat, African chain. In the background, we got the kunga drums. We have always embraced them. This is my question.
No. Let me clarify that. We've always embraced the truth of our lineage, not their culture, not them.
Okay.
We've recognized that we have a history partially to do with Africa, but for all intents and purposes, no matter how much people don't want to admit it, African Americans genetically are not the same as continental African. We are a whole new thing out here. So yes. We like that. I grew up listening to that for real, but that is an iconic piece of African American culture. You don't go to Africa and find that at all. That does not exist over there. So let's be clear. We might acknowledge Mama Africa, but we here now. That's what we hear.
So this is my question. You ready?
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody ask this question. I'm sure it's been presented under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
We know that, generally speaking, when most Africans come over here, they've already been told endless fables and stories about how don't mess with us. Don't bring don't bring an African American woman home. The men, none of that. You can be friends with them. They can't come to our events, whatever. It's something called passport. We go over there. I've never heard the same stigma given to us before we land over there. Why? Yeah. Yeah.
The part of the reason why we haven't been given the same stigma is because white America couldn't really penetrate our communities in that way to force us to see Africa in the way that they wanted us to. For instance, everybody in the African American community understood from the Cosby days of back in the day of like Uptown Saturday Night status, that media was controlled by white people. And what you see on media about Africa is what white people want you to see. What is that we know is the real history of Africa. That's what we were taught within our communities. So like you said, we grew up on music like that. So white people wasn't penetrating us, telling us how to think about Africa. We had a healthy system of African American history day after month, the whole thing. We've always within our own culture been kind of insulated from white imperialism in that way. However, again, colonialism is very different from from let's say white supremacy in the Americas. So it makes sense that out there they working with a whole nother set of issues out there, to which they teach their own children don't touch an African American because this is what they do. And when someone says, and you see the videos now, somebody say, have you ever been to America and met an African American? They'd be like, well, no, I don't know any African Americans. I never met one. I never been to America. I don't know. And so it's like, why are you saying that they are like this? Television. Their television stations are geared towards the rhetoric that African Americans are either junkies or basketball players. There's nobody
right. No scientists, no doctors, lawyers, right. Nothing of true significance that will be of a real benefit. No agriculture, nothing. I will say when I went to Africa,
I experienced that, but I experienced it on the opposite side because
I was going to ask you to talk about that. Go ahead, Lolo. That's perfect timing.
when
Perfect
I
segue.
when I when I came there, again, there's only two things you can be as African American: a junkie or a celebrity. If you look more like a
Wow. Very
celebrity,
top or very bottom.
that's it. There's no in between. There's no regular people that they
Wow.
know.
Wow.
They don't.
Wow.
I went there, and people regarded us like they didn't know if we were celebrities, but they wanted to assume we were because it seemed like we had money because we were staying at the Four Seasons, and like it was a situation where most of their celebrities stayed in that hotel, which a few of them were when I was
I
there.
see. I
So they
see.
figure, oh, these people must be celebrities. Meanwhile, the Four Seasons downtown Baltimore ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like, it. Like, it ain't shit. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Shout out to the Four Seasons. I had a lovely time. The staff was lovely. But it ain't, it's a regular hotel for us. Like, come on.
Right. It is. It
So,
is.
but to
It's not the
them,
Gaylord. It's not the Gaylord.
it's not the Gaylord.
It's
But to
not the Gaylord.
them, they felt that way. And again, either you are a hardcore junkie and you look like it, or you a celebrity and they think you got lots of money. So I did notice that how I was treated reflected that. So that's not a lie. They are taught that, and the rhetoric that comes off their television screens into their communities is exactly that. Now, again, that's not our problem. We don't have,
Right.
for instance, tribalism. That's
Right.
another issue influencing that. African Americans are more than a tribe to them, right? Whereas they will cut each other off over that tribe shit. They will, and I've seen it. Like, keep in mind, I got a child by a first generation African.
Right. Right.
That tribe shit got them like they will die lonely, single before they cross over some of them borders until they get to America,
I
where
see.
they cross the border for real, and then it's like it's off go. So I'm be honest with you, African problems is way out of the league of African American problems. We do not have the same problems or cultures in our communities. Like, the issues going on between black women and black men in the African American community is stemming from a history behind Reconstruction, which happened between 1865 and 1900. It's really stemming back to that time period. African problems is stemming back to the time of fucking Jesus. Their problems stem back that far. So and it's on a whole nother continent for a whole nother reason. So I don't want to act like, listen, just because y'all got problems with y'all men, it's not the same as what we got going on with our men and women. It's not. So let's not compare it. But see, I got enough intellect to know, don't go to no other country or on the internet comparing your problems to somebody else's problems. Don't do that, because that ain't the way this goes. But they don't have that intellect because somehow they feel that when they come to America, they're on par with the white man. So they can speak like the white man. And now a bitch just said, we do better than white people. Bitch. All right, you got it.
Lolo. Now we're gonna get back to the video. We're gonna let sis kick it off for us, okay?
Let
All
me
right.
hear that. Let me hear that shit.
Yeah. Nah, sis kicked it off pretty good. Let's get it.
You started it, sis. I'm just going to go ahead and finish it. Your entire country is a failure. Your entire country is a failed state.
I told you she was gonna get back on us. You know what I'm saying? Get back for us real quick. I already told you that, Lolo. Let's go ahead. You already know. Tell me when to push pause.
Oh, okay.
To leave in the first place, right? So if we want to talk about success here, there, or anywhere, you already come from a lineage of failure, right? A lineage of people who cannot figure out basic infrastructure and who literally blames everybody else for their failures except themselves. Constantly blaming colonialism and white people for all of your problems, blaming.
Real quick, I have always wondered. I want to push play right after this, Lolo. Just a quick food for thought. I have always wondered, how is it that I'm always told throughout history books and stories over here, never being there, that you all have all of the gold and diamonds in the world, but I'm seeing flies in the eyes of children with belly big and tapeworms and skinny arms, and I'm just trying to figure out how possibly. Now I do get it. Poverty exists everywhere. We have where the White House is, and then we also have Kensington in Philly. I get it. But when you see like an overall, like, dog, it's either all the way up or all the way down. I believe that goes back to how they see us, because where they're from, there isn't too much medium ground. There is either you're like doing the damn thing somewhere out Ivory Coast or something, or you know, you
Well,
carrying jugs of water on your head back from the river.
well, part of the reason why we don't have that problem out here is because we used to have that problem. It was
Right.
during antebellum slavery. But because of Black people specifically, and the fight for civil rights and then equal rights and all of those wars we fought, now we have a system where it is a tier system, right? But it's a tier system that has a floor. There is no child in America, right, that does not qualify for governmental assistance, especially when they are at the point of what we see in Africa, right? We have a floor here. Like hunger happens here. But for instance, if I don't have no food stamps or whatever the case may be, there's a free market I can drive to get
food banks and all of that. Right. Food banks, everything. Yeah, true.
I can apply for a grant from different churches, like local churches, for $100,000 to pay my gas and electric bill.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like we have a floor here, but we don't have a floor here because we just got a floor. That took years, centuries of our work here in this country. So when somebody comes and says, well, we're doing the damn thing, it's like, shorty, you're comparing what you do in this lovely place to you versus comparing you and all your people in your country to me and all my people in this country. That's you're not doing that. Because if I compare myself to this woman that was talking, not the one with the long hair, but the other one, and she want to talk about, I got a degree, I make money, and I did the damn thing. Bitch, I got several degrees. Okay, like I'm a 6-figure earner. I come from men who are 6-figure earners, business owners, land owners, all sorts of shit. What are you saying? And I didn't do this because, I didn't have any, I didn't have no weight on me, okay? Like, or my grandfathers wasn't dealing with serious problems trying to make it out here. No, we came up just like everybody else. All them people out in PG County, they didn't just wake up wealthy. So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you and your people don't have running water, electricity, bricks and shit. Like y'all still living in mud huts, or you living in mansions and y'all don't have nothing in between. Like, and most of that is coming from America. Okay. Like most of them that shit y'all building with come from America. Like, and it's built on American housing projections, meaning like the way they build houses is the way we build houses. So they're copying our designs over there. And
foundational structure.
So where's the comparison? Like y'all are copying everything from me. Even the woman that was talking, you dress like an African American. Literally, you're speaking with African American vernacular English that we developed. What are you talking about? There's no comparison. My culture is your culture. Okay, you can't survive unless you under my culture, and American culture is Black culture. Understand that, whether you know that or not. So the lady with the long hair, shout out to her for the nice hairdo and the good makeup. But I think she's doing the Lord's work at this point. She let the shorty know, don't sit here and play games in our face. Like, don't do that. Hey y'all.
Okay, now. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's get back to the video.
When even if they were to pull out from your nations, I don't even know how any of that works. But even if they were to just completely stop doing it, would you even know how to industrialize your resources? Would you even know how to make manufacturing plants and how to distribute products around the world? Like, would that even help the average everyday citizen from your country? Because I'm not really seeing too much progression. I'm really just seeing a lot of pointing the fingers and they coming over here and then trying to compare your top 10% to our bottom 10%. Like that's literally what y'all do. Like comparing your top 10% to somebody else's bottom 10% is not the flex that you think it is, sis. Like, and that's what y'all tend to do, because you don't want to, you fail to mention the fact that there's a whole vetting process.
Let me see. Shout out to Mika. What's going on, beloved? Respect to you. She says, no, they literally let the Asians come over there and colonize their asses, their arses, and tech them. And teach them. I'm sorry, I thought it said tech. I couldn't see that. And teach them how to till their own effing land. What you got to say about that, Lolo?
Hey, there has been no lie said right there. Because
I didn't know about the Asians over there. I just
oh
knew
yeah,
about,
yeah, they got it's.
I didn't
It's
know
so
about that.
it's so bad in West Africa that they were protesting that the Asians now want to, because they're building bridges and roads and shit like that over there, right? And infrastructure. But the Asians is like, if we build in this level of infrastructure, we want the street signs to be
Right.
in traditional what's that? Han, I forgot the name of their language. Traditional Chinese. And so people, the Africans is like
Mandarin.
Mandarin. They want it. They want Mandarin up everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And so the Asians, the Africans, is like, no, we don't want that. But they saying, no, we can do that because we got this money on the line and we gave y'all this loan. Da 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 da. And so, like he said, hey, we teaching y'all how to do stuff. Y'all ain't teaching us. We got contracts where we helping y'all out. We bring out companies here and we hire y'all in a percentage so that we can operate here. But we here to make sure that money go back to China. So my thing is, when you got that level of a problem going on in your own community, you do not need to be comparing yourself to nobody. You do not need to be in somebody else's country talking about how well you individually are doing when your whole fucking village is on fire over there and it's about to get put out by a Chinese company that's about to put y'all asses off the land anyway. Like, you don't need to be talking about African Americans. You need to be talking about them Chinese people. That's what you need to be doing.
And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. I was going to say what Lola said, so just
Wait, you think I didn't think of that? Of course I thought of that.
I got you, Lolo. Let's go ahead and get back to it.
There's a process that they don't just let anybody over here, especially not from African nations. I know they don't just let anybody over here. So like the Yahoo boys and the thugs and the scammers and all of that, they keeping them over there where y'all at. So they're not letting any and everybody over here, because you're not comparing apples to apples. You're not coming over here comparing doctors to doctors, lawyers to lawyers, nurses to nurses, because we got all of that too. We got business owners too. Mm-hmm. But you want to come over here, throw shade, compare yourself to the lowest level of society, trailer park white people, ghetto projects black people, knowing damn well that is not the reality for the vast majority of Americans. I know a guy that lives about 20 minutes from me, been knowing him for a long time. He's low key, keeps to himself. He makes multiple six figures every single month, multimillionaire, black American dude. But you don't want to compare yourself to people like that. Mm-hmm. You want to compare yourself to the people who need to use government assistance, which is a very small portion of society. Like, you really think that you're better?
You know a little bit about that field. Is that true as far as it's not as much of us on government assistance as they try to make it out to be? They try to make it seem like out of 100% of African Americans, Black Americans, that like only maybe like 10 to 20% of us are not on stamps and shit.
Well, first of all, let's keep in mind that African American men make up a good portion of African Americans in the population, right? Okay. Even with African American men having a higher unemployment rate than other, don't get me wrong, it's not high as Africa, okay, but it's higher than, let's say, our white counterparts. Even with that, they're not on social services in any great number worthy of speaking of. Like, and they make up almost 50% of the Black population. Even when they're unemployed, they're not on social services. So now you look at Black women who make up the other 50%. We don't even qualify. You know why? Because if we make $1, you don't qualify for social services. And you know we the highest educated and we work the fucking hardest. We're not out here unemployed. So we can't get social services like that. Most people making $40,000 to $45,000 a year is eligible for food stamps. And that's men and women. Most people. I found that out recently, that you could be making upwards of $45,000 and still be eligible for food stamps.
I
That's
mean,
how
but
much it is.
I don't understand if the national average is 50K a year, bare minimum. Listen, the average, you're not really hitting on nothing hitting 50. We all know that. Lolo, we know this, especially where me and you live.
Yeah, no, you ain't. Yeah, no.
You hitting on nothing. Matter of fact, you can't even move here. HOA ain't even gonna talk to you. You're not
Not at
talking.
50K. No,
they not. You gotta be well over that.
you
So
gotta make 3 times the rent, and the average rent out here is 34.
man, what? You damn near gotta let them people know you can put up almost like a half a year up front. Like real shit though. Like it's real different. And then you talk about property tax and everything else. But like, so when we look at it from that dynamic, it's like a lot of us, we have so many of us that are in a position where we're more so above average. Now, if you take our average, take the average, that 40K that you talking about, and send that to Nigeria, that same 40K American dollars.
It's not worth 40K.
Are you still average over there?
Not average.
Come on now.
40K here. If you take $40,000 USD and put 40,000 USD in Nigeria, or 40K USD in Uganda somewhere, or somewhere in South Africa, whatever, or in Angola, you talking about 150,000 easy that you're gonna be the standard of living you're at 40K. It multiplies itself in that way, just simply because of the conversion factor. Now, if you add in other things, like, you know what I mean, like job security, stuff like that, just 40K job security over there, it's worth much more. So even when she said here, you're not comparing apples to apples, even if they were comparing apples to apples based on what you just said, it ain't no goddamn comparison.
On record. Let
me tell you something. I went to Jamaica. Okay, and Jamaica is a province essentially. Even though they're their own country, they're a province of the U.S. I went down there with $2,000, right, for a whole week. Like back when I was like in my 20s. Listen, I was passing out fucking $50 bills for carrying bags, $100 bills for people singing for me. I was living my.
You was Beyonce down there, huh? You was
I
Beyonce.
Okay, I was. Okay. I was out there just giving money away to every people at the airport, people at the hotel. Listen, I felt like a whole, like he said here, a billionaire. Oh, I was billionaire status. Okay. I was paying people to bring me extra meals, like at the hotel. People was doing all sorts of stuff for me. And I was all over that country too, just spending money like there was no motherfucking like tomorrow. And I felt like a king down there with $2,000.
A queen?
No, I felt like a king. Okay, forget the queen. I felt like a king.
Queen?
A king. Okay, not the queen.
Say it again. Go ahead.
Okay, I was the king. But when I came back home, that $2,000 got ate up, and I still owe motherfuckers. Okay, and I was fucked up. Like people tell you, Lola was struggling for a long time.
Oh man. Hey, but you did it though while you was there. You did that shit while you was there.
Lord, I was throwing money out the window. I was making it rain on people for real. People had to tell me, stop passing out money like that, bitch.
Man, what? Oxtails and red stripe on Lola.
When I tell you, I stopped at a guy on the side of the road. I was up in the mountains. And I stopped on the side of the road, and this man had a whole chicken, and he jerked that joint right, and he grilled it because I love grilled food. And I tasted it. Man, I think I paid that man $70 just because I like the taste of that shit. And like he asked for 10. I paid him 70. Like, take that, brother. Like I was just doing the damn thing. But that's the level of difference. Every US dollar was 47 of theirs. So just calculate that shit. I was rolling in the dough cheese. Trust me, I push it.
Go get the money. 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 I got it. Push it. Push it. Push it. Push it. Push it. Push it.
Go ahead though.
Hey, listen, what is it? TMKC. Somebody did say they was gonna rob me down there. That's not because of the money, but because I was walking through Montego Bay downtown,
I heard
and
about the mountains. Be
I didn't
careful
have
going up in the mountains, yo.
Well, see, I was up in the mountains, but that's not where they said they was gonna rob me at. I was downtown Montego Bay, and I was walking, and I didn't understand the culture, so I was just walking. It was nighttime too, right? I was walking, and somebody said openly, "He's like the blonde closet of that bitch, I rob you." Right? So, but I had enough sense to have somebody with me, and the guy that was with me and the person I was with at the time had a machete on him, and he let the other people know, like, if you come over here, somebody gonna lose their head for real. And so down there they don't play. Like that man said, she gave me $10 to sing her a song. Bitch, I'll kill you over her right now. So and $10 was equal to about 200 over there. So I was like, look, I got a protection on me. So, but that's how much fun I had because of the difference. So again, comparing apples to apples, but you can't compare apples to apples when you from Africa. You just need to shut up. That's what you need to do.
Let's get back to it, Lolo. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 9:25 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's get it.
Because you came over here and did basic ass shit that everybody has to do in order to survive anyway. You know, you came over here with a grant or a loan or something. You went to school, you got a sure piece of paper, you got a job, you got a house, you got a car. Now all of a sudden you think that you're better than the average everyday American citizen who's pretty much done the same thing. Or you started a business when there's a lot of Black Americans and other white Americans who have businesses too. Well, a lot of them. I know a lot of them personally.
Look at her ass laughing.
I don't know anybody right now that is in the eviction process, but y'all want to throw shade at the entire race of Black people in America and try to lift yourself up by stepping on us. And you don't even really have nothing to stand on with that. You couldn't succeed until you left. You had to come over here in order to make a life for yourself.
I always wondered that. The whole, we came here and did what you couldn't do. My question has always been, well, why didn't you do it back home?
That's a fair question.
I digress. My mic is muted. Respect to the family.
You had to leave your failed state to come here, right? Because the hard work was already done. So all you had to do was show up. All that hard infrastructural work, no matter how horrible things had to transpire in order to get to this point, the hard work was already done. So if you could throw shade once you do the hard work to fix your shit over there, because the real hard work is in the infrastructure. That's where the real hard work is. It's easy to come over and succeed when all of the hard shit already been done.
Rock out. You got it.
So I think she's making a good point in terms of what it means when you come to another country, right? And again, like I said before, foreigners are not concerned with the history of a country when they're there to, when they're trying to survive, right? So, for instance, when African Americans went to West Africa to start creating that alliance between the diaspora, right? There was a complaint that was made that when African Americans come to Africa, because they got that American behind that, and they got that U.S. passport, and they breaking out them greenbacks, right? And they not rupees or no shit like that. They get preferential treatment so they can get loans here. They can buy properties here better than most people because they have that advantage coming in the door. And they said, we don't want y'all over here in mass because you will quickly take over the country simply because you're a U.S. citizen with a U.S. passport, not because you've done any work. We're doing the work in Africa, in these mines, in these fields and shit like that. Y'all just come over here with a passport and get every fucking thing. They know that very well. So for them to come here and then suddenly forget the politics, I'm calling cat. I'm calling cap because I have heard Africans say, because keep in mind, I've listened in on African conversations at home. I've heard them say, you got that passport. So you don't know what it's like to struggle in Africa because you got that passport. You get to come there and be successful because of who you are, not because of what you've done. Meanwhile, okay, even if we didn't have a passport, our education system means more to in Africa than theirs. If I come from my university and say, hey, I got a degree from University of Maryland, right? And go there, they not questioning that shit. However, you can't come here and say, I went to University of Sierra Leone and think that credential gonna get you anything.
It's not. No. You might as well tell them you went to Test College.
Essentially,
yeah.
Yeah, you might as well. Actually, Test College is better than
it might be better. It might be better. Like no bull. All right, so we're gonna finish getting through this one, and then of course, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get to our main event, which is, are white women really winning over the sisters? Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about that. Are white women, yeah, from what I'm hearing, word around town is fat white women are winning. Let's go.
Build a foundation. It's easy to go to Target and buy decorations and decorate the house.
Nothing gets between you and
Not bad. All right, so let's go ahead and get that down. Give me 1 second, Lolo. You got anything you want to add in on it? Extra thoughts?
I'm pretty good with it. I like her breakdown. I think she broke it down really well. I think she represented too, from how she spoke to how she presents on camera. I like when African Americans, when they start talking about African American and shit, they look like they about their business. They don't look raggedy, because some of our people be doing the most. I love my people, but sometimes
I love it. Yeah. Like
I'm just saying.
Lolo, as a chef, you already know this. Listen, you already know. So me as a chef, right? Retired, that is. Presentation is 90%. Yeah, so now let's go ahead and translate that into what we're talking about now. So yeah, when you say that, yeah, that's absolutely facts, and I'm with that. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into this right here. I'm gonna go ahead. Let me hit my disclaimer. I gotta hit my disclaimer real quick. All right, you ready, Lolo? It's about to be very triggering. It is about to be very triggering to some people, what you're going to hear. I really don't care. I'm just here to present the evidence. Let's get it. I digress. My mic is muted.
If a woman wanted to compete for black men, then they will whoop y'all ass in mass.
Even the fat white women. Even the black guys all the time.
Fat white women is on top.
Well, it's not.
We love,
no pun intended.
We love us a grimace. We love us a big back.
Oh my God.
We love us a big back white woman, boy.
Only a
For some reason, big back white women got a death grip on. They got a death grip on black men like gambling.
Man, they
no, be
doing everything under the sun. You hear me?
Normally, when we see that big back is paying big. It ain't just
and they usually be CNAs.
It's you know what it is? They just do more. Like,
look at Lola face, y'all. All right, everybody. I want y'all very briefly. Okay, hold on. All right, everybody. Look at Lola. Okay, all right. So hold on. There we go. Do you want to say anything before I get the video actually going, Lolo?
Wait a minute. You got more? It's more than that?
Oh man, we about to talk for this last hour. I told you we up here for 2. Yeah, we 55 minutes in.
Let me tell you something. That clip right there gonna take us about 30 minutes to get through. But if you got more, I suggest you play it quickly because that's a lot.
All right. So I'm just gonna let the video play some. So I'll do like a good segments of it. I might have to do the radio mode, so I'm gonna have to just pull us up and not let it show too much, so that way you know you know how it is. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 9:34 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Shout out to the family.
Cousins are lying to you. You are not better than. Neither are we. But if we did go tit for tat, I mean, do y'all really want to start taking polls? Because if y'all want to do the who's got the best twerk and who can do the dit and dit, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Let's take a poll on feminine, soft-spoken, waking up all natural with nothing but naturalness. Do y'all want to start taking polls on very specific things? Because this delusion is holding you back. You think you're up and you're not. I'm really frustrated that y'all made me have to do this. She's just gonna label me a racist. She's a racist. Why? Because she can speak the truth bluntly. So y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like that. Y'all need someone to your feelings. That's why you surround yourself with a lot of people that feel just like you, and y'all bump each other up, and y'all are all in this big crowd, and the whole world is looking at you right now like, you lose. And it's not because you're okay. It's because of how you're acting. It's based off your actions and your words and your behavior. I know these brothers been trying to tell y'all this for a long time. They've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all didn't want to listen to them, right? Then they go tell the white tea girls and like, oh, they tell the brothers. So they did. Let me look at you. Shit. Fuck. They didn't lie. We're no lies detected.
Oh my God.
Wait, Drew, you shaking your head. Drew, are you white?
You good, Lolo?
I think those two clips you just played is a lot, and like we're gonna be over time if you
Nah,
keep
we just
adding
gonna
more.
do what we can do. Now we gonna do what we can do, and we gonna
Okay,
cut loose.
I'm making my little notes here, but
I
okay.
see you. Nah, I see you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the grade A student in the building. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm Italian and Irish.
Okay, you date white women?
I date all types of women.
Okay, you think she's right?
No,
Be honest.
no, I don't think anything she said was right.
You said what?
I don't think anything she said was right. First of all, like I mean, she got about 5-6 more years, and it's going to start sagging real bad. That's number one. But number two, like I think that Anton touched on something a little earlier about like having a strong father. I think it ain't a racial thing. I think if you were brought up and you're a firm believer and you have some kind of like religious following, you had a dad in your life, I think you're a lot more softer. You're a lot softer than somebody who wasn't raised in that type of environment. I don't think it's a race thing. I think it's how you were brought up more so anything. She just stirring the pot for more bullshit, for real.
You don't need to be an expert to learn how to lower your business risks.
What you got, Lolo, so far while I get through this?
All right. So, okay. I don't know whether I should speak to what he said or what she said. Matter of fact, I'm gonna speak to what he said, but for right now, I'm gonna be brief about him, right?
Okay.
So, first of all, let's understand the purpose of why he's talking, because I think when we start analyzing like statements said from a methodological standpoint, you see what I'm saying? Even if we don't understand, we see how it's set up, right? It helps us understand how we should listen to it.
Yeah.
So his purpose, right, is to be incendiary, meaning to create conversation, because that statement was not said to inspire anyone to do anything. That statement was not said to get white women to go back to white men or to get black women to love on black men better. That's not how the human brain is set up. If you keep telling your child, you ain't shit, you won't do what the fuck I tell you, you ain't shit, they probably ain't gonna do shit ever. Like, that's just how human brains are set up, because your words are focused on them not doing shit. So therefore they're gonna keep on not doing shit. Now, if you tell your children, I really appreciate what you did the other day, can you do that again? I know you didn't do it today, but I like what you did the other day. Can you repeat that? You see how my language is talking about what I want them to do, even though I'm literally telling them, you haven't done what I want you to do, but this is what I want you to do. That's how the human brain is set up. So therefore, clearly, Anton is not a psychologist, and he didn't take psychology 101 in college. Let's be clear about that. So his intention is not to heal nobody. That's first of all. Second of all, the statement that he made about who is winning. One has to question, what constitutes winning amongst black people, right? And what constitutes winning amongst white people? And who is the arbiter of what winning looks like between the two?
Right.
Who? Because I bet you dollars to donuts, it's not Anton. I bet you that. Now,
the thoughts and feelings that are being spoken right now is of Lola, Miss Oshun, and it does not reflect the content of this show. I just want to let everybody know. Respect to the family. Keep on rocking out. You already know, fam. Say what you got to say.
Yes, he got to distance himself, because I say some crazy shit on here, but he gonna catch me. So that's clear. Now, when the whole, like I said, so basically in layman's terms, he's trying to pit white women against black women to create conversation. It's called a grift.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He don't have no conversation in and of himself. So he has to create mischief and strife so that he can have a conversation, because he can't talk about he himself dealing with a white woman versus black women and what he has experienced between the two. He can't talk about that. But somehow he understands how white women are winning with black men. On what planet can you tell me something that you have no experience in?
Lola, look, Lola.
What planet? No, are we on planet 1 or planet 45? Which one?
Lola, we're gonna let him say it for himself. Let's keep on going.
Okay.
You know, we got to get through the video, Lola. We got a time frame.
Okay. I wanted to speak to the white girl too that spoke. But how you want me to do this?
No. Go ahead, get that out. Matter of fact, yeah. Go ahead and take your time.
Because I wrote what she said down. I just remember what he said. But essentially, he is nobody to teach nobody about what is winning when it comes to other races, because he's not their race. To dealing with white women, he hasn't dealt with white women for real, if we believe the timeline he gave us. Okay, and like, he is no one to speak. And in our community, you got to show and prove before you start talking. So let's be clear. The grift is grifting. All right, when it comes to Anton. All right, fuck you, nigga. Anyway, as far as what the white female said, okay. Now I'm gonna give her credit that she thinks she knows something, but in fact she doesn't understand, because of her culture, right? The culture she's been cultivated in has not allowed for her to be cognitively aware of her surroundings, because she's very much coddled in culture. So she can walk around and be reckless and not even know it, like she's doing much like right now. She said, essentially, white women wake up natural. Shorty, did you not understand that when weave came out, it was not for black people? We put that shit in there so we could have a piece of the white woman's pie. What the fuck do you mean? Wake up natural. Y'all don't wear clip ins. Y'all don't wear weaves. Y'all not suffering from areata, like hair loss. Y'all, like, all y'all, like even Kim Kardashian right now, she's 45 years old, haven't lost one hair on her head since she was 21. Bitch, you really believe that? They wake up natural? Really? Y'all wake up natural? Really? All of y'all? Really? Because not all black women wake up wearing weave. So not all white women wake up wearing weave. So why is it that you want to, again, judge us by our smaller minority and not do it one-to-one with y'all? Like, why would you do that? You see what I'm saying? And here's the real part, right? Black men don't have a problem with black women wearing weave. That's not what they got a problem with. Black men have a problem with black women who wear weave and then want to have a fucked up attitude and then don't want to cook shit and then want to play games with their fucking kids. I don't give a damn how much makeup and weave you wear. Men don't give a fuck if you sucking that dick and you cooking for them and they know you ain't sharing your pussy with somebody else, okay? And they can trust you. They don't give a damn about this. But right now, because they not getting what they need, yeah, they gonna focus on shit like, well, you wearing weave and I don't like the amount of makeup. And well, I mean, I don't know, like your cleavage. I don't know, like they doing this petty shit because they can do that right now because they don't got shit to pick from because of how the fuck people is right now. But that's not a black issue. So it's like men don't give a fuck about that girly shit. They give a fuck about it now because they not getting other shit that she ain't conveniently talking about. Okay, like I ain't never heard no dude when I'm wearing my weave say, "Oh my god, I don't want her numbing like she got weave. I don't want her to have my kids because she wear makeup." Like, oh my goodness, like look at that. That's just too much. Listen, I can't even talk about my situation because I don't want people to follow in my footsteps. But trust me, I ain't missing out on a motherfucking thing because of no motherfucking weave or makeup. Period. But she really think that in the black community, right? That's really what that really is about. That just shows her ignorance. Point 2, she said that she's soft-spoken. White women are feminine and soft-spoken.
God have mercy upon us.
Have you ever flew Spirit Airlines, bitch? No, this ain't a laugh. Stop laughing. This ain't a laughing matter.
I'm on mute.
Look, bitch, do you know who Karen is? Like, do you know who Karen is? Like, you talking about y'all soft-spoken. Oh, you mean like how y'all is on Lifetime television where you passive-aggressive in everything you say and do? You soft-spoken while you in an open war with your white counterpart, the white man. You soft-spoken with him, right? While you literally are telling the white man you don't want his white children and you will abort, delete them at 9 months even. That whole feminist movement that y'all started when y'all were the ones owning slaves the most against white men, you saying y'all was soft-spoken. Let me tell you something, bitch. When y'all was raping black people, men and women alike, let's get into it, okay? Wasn't nothing soft about your ass. And when you want to talk about femininity, you people take femininity like to a definition that only the devil can take it to. Okay? Really? You think somebody cared that you soft-spoken while your group of women is the only group of women that can on record say you started Lesbo Island. Y'all so feminine. Right? You started Lesbo Island. Y'all the ones that put your hands on men the most. You are, but you don't get prosecuted the most. But you somehow more feminine because you don't go to jail like a black woman would go to jail for doing the same thing. Y'all think y'all more feminine because y'all will take when y'all in y'all youth, y'all will have y'all anuses blown out and your mouth herpes out and think you still virgins and you still got it going on because you ain't let nobody go in your pussy hole. But you got
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Same children. I don't want.
Let me digress on that because see, I don't want to get your channel struck, okay? Now she said that we African Americans need somebody to coddle us. Bitch, ain't nobody more coddled than a white bitch in America. Okay? Seriously, your tears is the whole reason why a lot of black men ain't breathing right now. I wish the fuck you would say something about, oh, we need somebody to coddle us. Ain't nobody hugging us, bitch, but maybe a black man's. Okay, that's it. And they ain't hugging everybody all the time. So stop with the bullshit. Tell us we just need somebody to coddle us because we can't handle the truth. Handle this truth and go get some fucking coddling right now. Talking about some motherfucking coddling. I wish a white chick would in America. Maybe if you was coming from Afghanistan, I would believe your dumb ass and say, y'all just want somebody to coddle you because I am telling the truth. We don't have men to coddle us because our men likes to kill us if we don't want to do what they want us to do. They give us what they say, honor killings. I could see a bitch in Afghanistan talking like you, but you, bitch, no, not you. Not the most pedestalized bitch on the planet. Talking about somebody needs somebody. Listen, I was in a Victoria's Secret, and I seen a chick start crying over something she wanted off a shelf because another woman went and got it, and then strangely, like shit get to kicking off to the point the police came. I ain't never shed a tear, and anybody came, and I'm still here, and I'm okay, bitch. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Talking about we need somebody to hug and coddle us. No, the only black women that need somebody to hug and coddle is the ones that grew up in your community, the ones that mimic your culture, your vernacular. You know, the Kims of the world. You know, those that likes to talk like their valley. Those are the ones that need coddling all the time. But my people, for real, don't need no fucking coddling. The fuck
Did
out
you
of
just
here.
go on Stacey Dash?
I sure as hell did. So then she said, what she talking about is based on our behavior. Bitch, your white counterpart don't like you. White men let me tell you something. MGTOW got started because of white women. Now, I ain't white, and I don't know what them white men went through with your asses. But I know what the fuck we going through. We didn't start MGTOW based on what was going on in our communities. White men, the most powerful men on the fucking planet, started going their own way because they couldn't handle the white woman. But you so soft-spoken and feminine and natural. Your own man don't want you. At least with black men, they got a reason why they don't want us. White men just don't want you. They rather have other men over you, frankly speaking. That's where your country come from. You know, you're the place that says overtly their motto is men are for pleasure, women are for heirs, as in children, and that's it. That's your culture. I wish you would start talking shit about black people. You better keep black people out your motherfucking white ass mouth and worry about your own men. That's what you better do. Okay, I'm talking straight to you with your non-having real hair ass. As if I can't tell that right, like what you got in your shit is some clips. Shut up. Get the fuck out of here. But then what was golden, though, was when the white man decided to tell you exactly what he feels. And I'm sure he might not be in MGTOW, but he's somewhere adjacent to it, okay? He told you, I don't agree with nothing she said. Now, why is it you was telling the truth, bitch, but the white man don't believe you? Why is that? Your own counterpart don't believe you, and you telling the truth that black women need coddling for? Seems like your white man might need some coddling too, but I bet you dollars to donuts he'd rather be coddled by a black bitch than you. That's why he didn't say I date white women. He said I date women. Because he ain't stuck on no white women because he know what the fuck it really is with you bitches that black men don't seem to get. Black men.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
Black men get the side of you when you know you got power over them. You don't got no power over no white man. So he get the worst of you. Black men, oh, you can make sure no matter how fat you is, you can cook for him. But then white men, oh no, you ain't cooking shit for them. You ain't having no children by the white man. Your pussy spread everywhere. No, you can't do shit for your own men. You can come to my community and act straight because all you know you got to do is, I feel scared, and then you know some white man gonna come and try and save you, even if they gotta kill a black man right there standing next to you. You know that that's the power you have over those men, but for some fucking reason, you seem to fucking think that black men prefer you because you're more feminine. Meanwhile, they only deal with the snow because they ain't getting what they really want elsewhere. Use a throwaway, hand me down, pick up for a temporary, and put down if I find a black chick that can do what I want. That's what the fuck you will always be and always will be. Most black men play in snow, bitch. Wake up. They like playing in snow, just like white men love playing in. Well, I can't say that on this panel because it's illegal. You know what your men like to do over in the Orient, okay? You know what your man like to do. You know who he like to do it with. So stop playing with me talking about black people. Keep us out your motherfucking mouth. You got Africans over here talking about they doing better than white men, and you know that's the damn lie. Talk to them, bitch. Don't talk to African Americans. Talk to them Africans that think they better than you, for real. We over here saying we all the same. Ain't nobody better than nobody. Meanwhile, an African is like, no, I'm doing better than white man and white woman. Fuck y'all because I got a degree. Like, you need to pick your fucking battles, bitch. But I love that the man said, you just stirring the pot for your own bullshit, because a white man know better than a black man ever will how much bullshit you really come with. And I'm not even blaming black men for not really even knowing how much bullshit you come with, because I know the way you present to black men is always a front. Always. You always. So I don't blame them. I blame you. Okay, that white man called you out on your shit. Okay, just like them white men been calling your ass out. But see, he's still in an open war with you. And then you and your kind of inducted black women into your fucking war with your own man. That's what that is. Ain't no black man ever went to war truly with black women. We in a war with you erroneously against white men. You figure that out first, and then you talk about femininity, bitch. And I rest my case on that.
So just to let you all know, just in case anybody is new to who you are talking to this individual right here. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna get back to the video, because if we don't, she just gonna keep on clipping off. Y'all thought her clip was empty. It's not. I don't know where she keeps on getting bullets from, but they just seem to pop out of nowhere like Gambit with cards from X-Men. Let's go ahead and keep on rocking out. Shout out to the family, man. Bring the goddamn dragon in this. I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, let's rock out. Let's see what we got right here. Lolo, let me know when to pause it.
Cultures.
White culture, black culture, Hispanic culture.
But see, I was born in a city. I was born and raised in a city that was predominantly black and brown. So I don't really.
Oh, so that's why you don't get what she's saying.
I'm not. Yeah, that's not. I don't know. Maybe somewhere else. But where I come from, that's not it. If you had a dad, you could tell the girls that had dads, and you could tell the girls that had daddy issues. You know, and there wasn't a line in between. So I mean, all the softness and touching on, like, I guess the interracial dating that she was talking about, I guess that touches back on like why some of these guys get rich and then they start dating certain people. I think everything is more so a class issue. I don't think it's always cultural. I think it's a class issue. That's why you see certain people, they get some kind of money and they always move to a suburb, or they move somewhere where they will quote unquote say it's safer. Yeah, I don't always think it's culture. I think it's more class. And when you get to a certain tax bracket, everything starts to change.
Okay. Anybody disagree? Anybody agree with?
Have you ever dated a white girl?
Yeah. And I also got a white mom. I got white sisters.
What's the difference between dating a white girl and dating a black?
What? Nah, hold on. Why you laughing, Lola? Why you laughing?
The reason why I'm laughing is because Anton of all people want to check him to essentially say you can't talk unless you dated a white bitch. Meanwhile, he been married since he was 19 and he 1,000 now. Okay, and he ain't good with nobody else. Like that white man was doing him a favor. That white man was doing him a favor by not checking him back on that shit, right? But the white man went into and said, not only have I dated white women, I have a white mother, I have white sisters, I have white people that I know white women, bitch, because I'm white and I've been in white spaces more so than this chick right here up above me or you, okay? And he's correct. Like at the end of the day, he like, okay, I dated a guy, right, who wasn't black. And he said that his mother, his stepmother, no, his adopted mother was white, right? White. And he said, I don't like white women, not because I think my mother was fucked up, but because I'm not attracted to the way their attitude in terms of like their mannerisms, the way they talk, just the way they are. I just don't like that. I prefer black women specifically. Like, I'm just more attracted to that, even though I've been around white people. I grew up with white parents. Like, I've been in Arkansas, out in the boonies and shit around all white people. I just don't I don't want to deal with a white woman. I'm not attracted to that. I know that all too well. How in the world somebody that looked like Anton, you see this face right here on the screen?
Okay.
You see that face?
I'm not here. I'm not here.
Okay. You see that face? Yeah, calm down. You see this face right here? That face will never sit and tell this white man right here that he's wrong about white women. Just like this he never gonna sit here and openly tell Anton, you don't know black women. When Anton got a black mama, a black sister, a black daughter, a black wife, a black cousin, a black grandmother, like for real. But you see the grift right here. He gonna say, you ever dated a black woman? Are you fucking kidding me? So let's suppose he would have said, no, I haven't dated a white woman, but I come from white culture and I know white women just in general. What you finna do? Like if we flip it, right? He was black. And somebody said, have you dated black women? And he was like, no, I know I'm black, but I ain't never dated a black woman, but I've been around enough black women to know that they got attitude problems. Ain't nobody about to tell that black man that he wrong, even though he never dated a black woman. So why the fuck you doing that to the white man? You know why? Because he making you look bad right now. That's what it is. He checking the white bitch, which is something he got a fucking right to do. And he's checking the white bitch, and you don't like that because white mommy makes you feel better when she tells you that you're better than everyone, even though you know that's a fucking lie. Get out of here with that. Yeah, I said it. So, listen, I don't condone like getting in other people's racial lanes. Like, I really don't condone that. But see, in this moment in time, people don't slow shit like this down. Like that's what I meant by look at the method that he's taking. The man stated the fact. I dated white women, right? I think somebody asked him that before. Maybe I'm off on the timing here, but he is talking about this white woman, right? Now he's saying that he thinks that she's wrong. He got a right to his opinion. He could be wrong. He could be right. However, when he stated his opinion, somehow the nigger right here is coming to save white mommy. Wait a minute. Have you dated a white woman? Yeah, I've dated a white woman. Yeah, I got more than white women in my family. Like I got a lot of white women. I've been around a lot of them. And you see his face? That ain't the face that he makes when he's laughing and he's like, you know what I mean? Like he's in his energy up. Yeah. Black men. Like you seen his face when he was talking about early in the first clip? That ain't the same energy. It's not the same energy. So I don't know what's going on, but I can tell right now that people don't understand hierarchy. As much as they talk about the hierarchy of men and women, right? You got a white man on here telling you what it is about white women, but somehow you think you know better about white women than a white man who grew up from a white woman and as a black man in America. Okay, in America. Right. You think you know better. And so my thing is, listen, it's a lot of grifters out here, but you got to remember, just because somebody put on glasses and they got label brand shit on and they act like they got their life together, don't mean they not a grifter. Even if they got all the money they say they got, they still grifting. Okay. Because again, if he wasn't talking like the way he talking and making these statements that's real, like strife driven, he wouldn't be relevant. Like, who cares what Anton thinks about white women when he's been married to a black woman since he was like a fucking baby? Like, who cares about your opinion?
Lolo, let's get back to the video. We got about 35 minutes and counting. Let's get it out, fam. All right. You got plenty more to respond to. I promise you that. So I'm gonna let it play for a couple minute increments. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get back to it. But let me know when you want me to pause it. You already know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, I think it would depend on their upbringing, right? Like if you date a white girl that shot like she shot out, it's to me, I don't really see much of a difference, you know. And I'm not being passive, I'm being real. Like where I come, like in those neighborhoods. So like you're from Detroit, right? If you met a white girl that grew up in your area, would she be that much different with your interaction than somebody else would be? And in what regards would you say they would be different?
They way different. The stuff that they talk about, the interests, they just got a different cultural norm, honestly. Honestly, it's just different. No matter what, it don't matter where they was born and raised and none of that, they experience life much different. Honestly. I don't think that it's the same at all. At all. I don't think that I think that there's a clear difference between a white girl and a black girl that was raised in a culture.
So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Hold on 1 second.
So just to piggyback on what he said, I think there's a difference between a white girl raised in the ghetto and a black girl raised in the ghetto. Now, you know Pigtown, right?
Yeah, of course.
South Baltimore. You've been through there? Yeah. That's the white ghetto for real. Ain't no difference in the way these females dress. It's no difference in the way they talk. It's no difference in their pathology. Say again.
I wasn't there for no good reasons, but yeah.
Okay. Nobody is. Okay, nobody is. By the way, even me, I wasn't there for a good reason. I was passing through, like trying to get away. Okay, and
allegedly.
Right. Okay, so this is a white ghetto where mostly white people live. It's prostitution, it's drugging, it's the same problems that go on in the ghetto. And them white women, like what they call them, white trash. You see what I'm saying? They not white trash because they from Germany versus France and their ancestry. That's not why they white trash. But what he just said is, I think is real different. The way they culture is different. You know the connotation he's given. Like the trashiest white woman is better than a ghetto black woman. That's what he's saying. Meanwhile, the white man who done lived that experience is telling you there's no difference in the way white women are behind closed doors even than anybody else. He telling you that. He been behind closed doors with these bitches in their own environments, where they're not putting on for the black guy that they know really likes them no matter what, because they pedestalize because of social norms. Like, no. And so this is what I'm saying. Learn when to fucking shut up. Anton, learn when to shut up. Even when I'm in my own home and I'm around Africans that I'm related to at this point, okay? When they start talking about their country situations and stuff and their tribal problems, I don't say a motherfucking thing. You know why? Because that ain't what it is. And here's the thing: I got African running through my blood, and I don't get inside those conversations. It's disrespectful. So where the fuck do you get off? This white man is doing you a favor by not putting your ass down for real. Like in America, he doing you a favor. He trying to talk to you like he really believe you civil. So, like, listen, take the win from the white man. He trying to be civil with you because truth be told, he don't see you as civil right now. He see you as trying to pedestalize a bitch that he know is a whole bitch. All right, keep going.
Let's go ahead and get back to it. With that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Hold on now. Let me there we go. Boom. Let's do it.
Their actual environment.
All of the above. I know white girls that went to school, went to black schools their entire life. And guess what? When they got to college, it was a full-blown white girl.
I gotta agree. I'm sorry, Lolo, real quick. Oh man. I know white girls who I went to school with, hung out with, like after school. I'm talking about like anything from like a late elementary through all the way high school, like middle school, everything, right? And like they was like cranking, like I don't know, like Exhibit, DMX, all of that shit. You know what I mean? Like they was like down with like smoking blunts, whatever it may be that they feel like that was a part of whatever. Even the way they talk, slang, everything. Man, I get to looking on like Facebook here and there or something like that, Instagram, whatever. Or even if I've seen some of them in person, yo, you would never know. You would never know they used to hang out with us. You would
Well,
never know. I swear
that's
on life,
explainable.
like they totally acclimated 100% to their own.
No,
They
no. They didn't.
totally
They did.
went.
That's not what happened. They didn't just now acclimate. That's not how humans don't have that capability. When you are
Okay.
cultured a certain way, it's hard for you to just like to move a different way
Right.
because you're gonna slip even if you faking. They were never cultured in the way you think they were. It's called a front. White women are always aware that when they slum around with black men, that's exactly what they doing. And that slumming that they do will never get them nowhere amongst their own. And their own, them white men is the only thing saving them. Truly. They know that I might fuck around when I'm young, but when I need to get a job, I can't show that I do this dumb shit over here. I gotta actually like be within my own group. That's what they know. They always know that. Isn't there a white girl? That white girl that was talking on Cynthia G's intro in that call with that dude when she was telling him, "Hey, amongst white people, like it's derogatory for you to be known as a white bitch like that. Like you got to make sure you maintain your whiteness, even if you like to slum around. You can't forget that you ain't white." And they don't forget that they not white. They are always cognizant that I might be around a lot of white people, but at any given time when the police show up, I'm white, bitch. Look what happened with Grace. Police getting her back. She done switched from being a Latina to being whole white.
Damn, Lolo. Damn, Lolo.
But then she get on here talking about we all the same and we all colored and shit. But in her arrest record, she white. Get the fuck out of here. Like look, let me get off that shit. Anyway, I'm just telling you, the woman you talking about, the woman he talking about, they did not acclimate to a culture and then suddenly overnight they're a whole nother culture. That's not how human beings work. They were always in that white culture. They just know how to turn on the fakeness, the grift, and then turn it off. You know why they can do that? Because the white man has allowed them to do that for centuries. The white man has allowed them to lie on black people and then turn around and act like they are the epitome of femininity and virginity when they know that they're ingrates. They know the white man has always protected white women under every circumstance. So this is why they are able to do this shit smoothly. And this is why this man face look like this right now. He's looking up to the left. So like, I'm sorry, to the right. Like, I'm telling you, the psychology is deep here.
Let's go ahead, keep going, Lolo. Let's let it play for a quick second. Let me know if you hear something you want me to pause it on. Let's rock out. The time right now is 10:12 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's rock out.
Honest to God, like they didn't, they was not what they was in school, in grade school. When they went to college, when I see them now, I mean, you would never even thought that there was even raised in the inner city of Detroit. Full-blown cowboy ass husband, all of that type of shit. Like 100% white girl, bro. And so they adjusted to their environment. So I don't put nothing past them at all. I think that white girls are the greatest chameleons of all time. I think that they are the greatest chameleons of all time. White girls are one of the few type of women that guys in mass give a pass to for how slutty they've been in their past. They don't even vet them the same as they do the other chicks.
Why is that?
A pause.
Because they switch up.
I knew it was coming. I knew it wasn't about to go on too much longer.
Hold on, put me up on the big screen, please.
I got you. All
Put me
right,
up on the big
Summer
screen.
Jam.
Let me get something straight. So when this stream started, and this Negro said, white women are winning.
Yep. They're winning. They can get black chicks.
No, they can. They not only are they winning, the worst of them are winning.
Yeah, fatbacks.
That's what he said.
Over you, Lola.
Over black women. Over black women, period. Right.
Yeah.
And now he's saying he's literally saying that they have been given a pass all the bullshit that they come with simply because they're white. But somehow he doesn't connect that a bitch ain't winning. She has been given a pass that others have not been given. If she was treated equal, right? She wouldn't be fucking winning. No matter what the fuck we talking about that is, because I still don't know what the fuck a white bitch wins. But anyway, even if she was winning something, like this is what I'm saying. A double-minded man ain't going no fucking where. He is double-minded. You come in talking
Lola.
about that shit.
Lola, real quick, because you know it's an audience. I know for a fact somebody might be asking, what does she mean by double-minded man? Can you give a brief breakdown for those who not hip to that term?
Double-minded means this. You can't hold two different contradictory beliefs at the same time without it causing an issue within yourself. It's like I can't believe that one day I'm going to be rich, right? And also hold the idea that rich people are evil people and I don't want to be evil. I'm gonna stay stagnant, meaning I'm gonna stay fighting within myself. I'm never going to get rich. I'm never going to like mentally like do anything other than what I'm doing, spinning my wheels, going nowhere. A double-minded man will never succeed.
That was an awesome analogy, though. I must say, that was an awesome, great analogy, fam.
Well, thank you. I mean that wholeheartedly. Like even that, I've had to check myself on that. Like some of my internal beliefs that are conflicting, right? I had to check myself on that because we all human, but that's something that's universal. And in this case, he's essentially articulating, right, that I believe white women are doing something good. They're doing something good, right? While at the same time, they're liars, they're chameleons. They've been given passes for things that they shouldn't be given passes for. Which one is it, bitch?
Right.
So my thing is, as a leader, okay, as a black leader, you can't be a double-minded man.
Right.
And if you are a leader while you're double-minded, let me be clear about who your followers really are. The only followers that follow beings that are sick in the head are called demons. And typically they've been the iconography around them has been, Satan and his legion of demons. Right. They're the only ones that follow Satan. You see what I'm saying? The double-minded one that knows God exists but rebels against said God. Like, and not saying that I'm religious, but that's the analogy here. The double-minded man and the legions that follow him. So just because people following you and calling you a leader as a black man, don't mean a motherfucking thing, given that you're a double-minded fucking man.
Well, let's get back to the video. I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 10:17 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank everybody so much for tuning in. Let's keep on rocking up.
Better. They're able to hide themselves better. They chameleons better. I see white girls, single mothers, getting with a new guy.
I'm gonna guess it. I'm just real quick. I give this no more than 45 seconds of what's about to be said before Lola says pause. Let's see. Let's see where we at.
All the time. And the dudes don't even question why they not even with the old guy. I think that white women are a lot more savage and mass when it comes to how they do guys in family court. They kick ass and take names in family court. They play no fucking games. they will have you giving up everything, and you'll have to pay their lawyer fees as a result of it. I think that
is it their whiteness or their character that gives them that benefit?
All I'm gonna say is this, Lolo, in your
Mhm.
career field, which your career field, have you dealt with white cases?
I have.
Have you ever dealt with anything remotely close to what he's saying? I'm only asking as far as somebody actually who knows directly about that field, working in it.
Well, yeah, what he's saying is true, but I think it should be understood through statistics, not one to one. Because if you look at what he just said from, like, let's say what you might know in your life, right? You may only know 3 white women that were married to white men, for instance, right? That took them to court and actually got something. However, white men typically have more resources than black men to be split up in a divorce. Most black women, when they get divorced, they walk
Right.
away with nothing because there was no resources developed during the marriage.
Like his parents didn't
Correct.
own anything. He don't own nothing. There's
Right.
no assets,
Right,
right?
it's no assets,
No,
so it's
no
like,
liquid assets, right?
but that's why I say you got to understand it from the statistics, because if you like one to one, like you might say, I know a guy that got married, and when he left court, he didn't have no visitation rights, right? Or something like that. However, what Anton's talking about is when a white bitch take you to court and she want half your pension, half your social security. She wants you to pay spousal support. She don't want to work, and you're gonna pay child support on top of that, and you're gonna let her stay in the house that y'all bought, and you're gonna work and buy your own house and support yourself. That type shit. And we ain't talking about no apartment. We talking about whole homes, okay? $500,000, $1 million homes with white men making average money. Okay, that's the type of level that he's talking about that is more prevalent within America, because there's more white people here to do that with more resources. Black people aren't even in the running for that sort of conversation. So to some degree, he can't even talk about diabolical when it comes to white women, because that's not so much their culture or their race. That's just the reality of when you are married with resources that you have gained through slave labor. Okay, this is what happens. So it's like for him to say white women, they get this and they take you through the ringer. No, that's the white man system that they're operating within. The white man said he feels like this is right. The white man set that system up. The white man is protecting the white woman. The white man is ensuring and enforcing the white man's law. So my thing is, what is he talking about? They're not diabolical because they're operating within whiteness. What are you talking about? They doing what they normally should be doing. Trust me, if black people had it our way, we might do something a little different. But I mean, we got a different mindset than white people just in general. But don't be blaming that white woman because you think it's unfair. That's not even your system. Come on now. You ain't built that shit. White people built that. We just was the workers.
Let's get back to it. With that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Sheesh, boy, I'd say
Cultural norms. Like, okay, so I'll give you an example. I don't think that black women in general are bad. I think that black culture is bad when it starts to infect black women.
Is it black culture or hood culture?
No, I think it's black culture, because black culture is the thing that we celebrate the most. Okay. So I don't think that black people are bad. I think that black culture often at times is the worst thing that happened to black people.
Of course.
Build a website you love with Wix.
that's perfect because we got a commercial. Go ahead.
I think, actually, I know that what he's doing is he's stating a open lie. And if you're not smart enough to know where the pitfalls is, you're going to fall into the lie that he just stated. He said that it's not hood culture, which is ratchetness, right? Which is violent culture. It's just black culture. However, he didn't define black culture because in truth, right? White people have perpetrated the most heinous acts of violence in history here in this country. Not even 5 minutes ago in relative to time. So when he talks about like black culture, because he say this is what we celebrate, You telling me white people didn't celebrate the Italian mafia, making movies about it with good endings? You telling me Tony Montana wasn't celebrated for all the crimes they did in America?
No, Lola. Goodfellas has not been celebrated. Okay,
Goodfellas. You know what? See, okay, all right. Goodfellas is my mother's favorite movie. You
What?
telling me?
Mine like shit too.
Yeah, my mother loved Goodfellas. I don't know what's up with that. But you telling me that white degeneracy, right, was not celebrated in the Roaring 20s when drag was a big thing? Before photographs, was a really big thing. That
Well, yeah, because because we had RuPaul growing up. That's a real thing.
No. What I'm saying is white culture was drag first in the 20s.
Really?
That's where it comes from.
Oh,
That was white people. That shit was it stems from Europe, but that was white culture. Okay, having the Cotton Club basically in drag. Before we had Cotton Club, they had the Cotton Club in drag. That was white culture. They celebrated that shit. So when he says, well, black people celebrate black culture, let me tell you something. Cowboy culture is black culture.
Yes, it is. I learned about that too. Yeah, the actual term of cowboy and everything. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
The idea of being civilized and not raping and pillaging. We taught white people not to do that. That's our culture.
Gotcha.
Spirituality mixed with leadership and government. That's our culture. When they wrote One Nation Under God, they weren't talking about no real God. They looked at us and realized there was God. Like, I wish the fuck he would keep on talking about we celebrate black culture. No, white people celebrate black culture. Okay, we celebrate ourselves. They took away a lot of our identities. Okay, like this internet for fucking instance. All you see is Mark Zuckerberg and people that look like him. You don't see the real people who pioneered what we on right now that look like me and this man right here. You don't see that. You know why? Because they celebrate black culture. The internet is black culture, bitch. Telephones is black culture, bitch. So let me be clear. What he is really talking about is what she said, hood culture. But see, he's not man enough to say, you know what, you're right. Let me rephrase. Degeneracy. Don't say black culture. Our culture is why the world is free today.
Right. Okay.
Before us, they were cutting women's clitorises off in Africa.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
Before us, 12-year-old girls was open season out here. Before us. Let's be clear. Okay. Like the way white people used to think of human beings as animals. Before us, they literally couldn't see that other humans are humans. We cleared these people of their afflictions. Most of them. Okay. So the culture that they celebrate, you see what I'm saying? Let's shut the fuck up about black culture. You're talking about degeneracy. Hood culture, right, is being able to put chicken and rice together and make that shit taste like a delicacy. That's
Arroz con pollo. Go ahead.
That's hood culture. Hood culture is taking chitterlings and making it a delicacy that you pay top dollar for today. That's hood culture. Hood culture is taking white music, that Beethoven shit, and turning it into something that is timeless beyond Beethoven. That's hood culture. Okay, he's talking about degeneracy, but he's too anti-black for real to correct himself and say, no, I'm not talking about the culture that created the freedom that we enjoy today. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the degeneracy that goes beyond skin color. He don't want to be man enough to say that. But I'm glad a black woman said it because I caught that.
I'm glad you said that Beethoven part when you said we can just take Beethoven music and make it something like.
We put soul to everything. Okay.
Everything. everything. Let's keep on rocking out. We got a little bit of time left. Oh yeah. We got about 20 minutes left. Let's keep on rocking out. Let's go. Oh shoot.
Easily influenced by the culture. It's the reason why they was able to roll out Meg Thee Stallion at Kamala Harris's thing and Beyonce as an endorsement. You know what I'm saying? It's
Lola, if you don't mind, take down your notes. I know you're real good at that, fam, because we want to let it play for a quick second, okay? We want to let it play. Yeah, so we can get through it a little bit. All right, let's keep on going.
It's the culture, our cultural norms that then, you know what I'm saying? It informs how we're going to do things on a regular basis. I think that white girls a lot of times can adjust, and they are the best chameleons, so they can, you know what I'm saying, include themselves around black people, and will pedestalize them as black men a lot of times, and then they can go back, and once they get into a different environment, they adapt. They'll adapt.
So based on what the chick said in the video, you think that men have a better shot at a successful, I guess, relationship or interaction with a woman if she's white?
I think that if a white woman wanted to compete for black men, then they will whoop y'all ass en masse.
I can't say that I disagree with that 100%. We know white women alone in America outnumber our whole community, period. So they have that.
It ain't just numbers.
No.
Like on a lower scale, because you got to remember, like, it's not a whole lot of white women that are divesting themselves against white men. Like, they get divorced and stuff, but they don't just automatically start to date black men right after that. But the white women that go after black men, they never single. White women that like black men are never single, ever.
I think that's because they'll either date a successful, wealthy black man, regular earner black man, then they'll even take the booties of our community. To my personal opinion, a white woman will take any black man in any state, and we see it all the time.
White women that date black men are never single, ever. Even when they in between relationships, they're right back in it, just like that.
Even the fat white women, you see them with the black guys all the time.
Fat white women is on top.
Well, it's not.
We love,
no pun intended.
We love us a grimace. We love us a big back.
Oh my God.
We love us a big back white woman, boy.
Only a
For some reason, big back white women got a death grip on. They got a death grip on black men like gambling.
Man, they
be
doing everything under the sun. You hear me?
Normally, when we see that big back is paying big. It ain't just
and they usually be CNAs.
It's you know what it is?
When you list on apartments.
Go ahead, Lolo.
The whole statement of white women that go for black men are never single, right? That's diabolical. That's even evil to say, to suggest that there are no single white women that will take a black dick. Like, there's a crisis right now that President Trump is trying to head off low key. And you know who I work for. There's a crisis right now behind population, behind heterosexual dating amongst white women. But he got the fucking balls to say white women who will take black dick, which is all of them, okay, are never single. And if they are, it's very brief. Meanwhile, white men trying to find out, can they have any babies, mixed babies, white babies, any babies? Are you fucking kidding me?
Hold on. Wasn't MGTOW founded by white men who were the original passport bros, if I'm not mistaken? I don't think MGTOW was founded by brothers. If I'm not mistaken.
It wasn't. The Black Manosphere came in after, way late. Okay,
way after,
late. Okay.
So,
now, when he said that they never single, have you seen on TikTok like white women complaining about they can't get a date?
Yeah.
Do these white women be white women claiming that I only date white men?
No, actually, I hear a lot more, even down to how the commercials are set up, like interracial, like they're on like, I'll take whoever. You know what I'm saying? Is walking with the Johnson at this point, just to be honest.
And don't and isn't it funny that most biracials, right,
Right.
whose
Right.
mother is white, right, grow up in single parent homes? Isn't that funny? While he says white women that will take black dick don't find themselves single, they find themselves more than single, bro.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. Because see, those stats don't he don't
Yeah.
like to quote stats that go along with those sorts of things because it doesn't suit his interest. Because right now he's a grifter.
No, by societal aspect, that would be called taboo. It's taboo. Yeah. Just like certain fetishes back in the day with corn, that's considered taboo. Nowadays, speaking about certain things of certain topics and the truth of it in its fulfillment is considered taboo, Lolo. All right.
They
So
can well listen.
you
They can
already
have
know.
that. They can have. But see, here's the thing: it makes you look desperate as a black man, even if
Right.
you saying a little bit of truth about white women, right? That they pedestalize. You turn right back around and proving that even though you can see the truth in them, there's a part of you that will still lie for them to make them better than black women. Quite frankly, right now. Like I literally lived next door to a black officer who had married a white woman, had a baby by her, and secretly she didn't like her own daughter's hair because it was too black. Now, mind you, he got black hair. She don't like black hair, but she's with a black man
Hold
and
on,
don't
wait a
like
minute,
her
wait a
daughter.
minute, wait a minute, wait. Because you already know how we do with this. Because first of all, I don't know what good hair is, and I don't know what black hair is. Do you mean the color of the hair?
No, I mean the texture.
Oh,
She
so you
did
mean nigga
not
nap
like.
kinky? So nigga
Well,
nap
that
kinky.
child hair wasn't. That child hair was not
I'm just
kinky. That
okay. So
child's
what
hair
are we?
was not kinky, but she
So
said she
what are
didn't
we?
like
So
it.
what's black? What is
It
black hair?
wasn't straight like hers.
Got you. It wasn't stringy.
Yeah, it wasn't stringy. And she made that clear when her husband wasn't around, but we could hear it as kids. You see what I'm saying? And I remembered that. I remember how she used to talk about how she hate her daughter's black features, but then she's with a black man. And it didn't dawn on me till I got older. Why would a woman have a baby with a man that she hates all his features, and when her baby come out with the features of her father, she's upset? Like, am I missing something here? So why did she marry him? Oh, because he got a pension. Oh, because he got money. Oh, because she trying to cash in. Even if she got to have a child by you and hate that child, she trying to cash in. But somehow this man talking about, oh, they don't find themselves single really much long when they like black dick. Maybe on some level, right? It's true, but white women white women who do that, right? They will always find themselves single. Period. Like that's inevitable. But that's what Kevin Samuels was talking about black women. You might be able to get with a man temporarily, but you'll always be single because of who and what you truly are down at the core. That woman will never like stay with a man that she hates like that. He don't have enough money for her to live out her life and take care of him till he old while she hate everything about her daughter that looked like him. That's not how love work. So it's like, what are we talking about here? And it's like, I'm not trying to come down too hard on Antoine, like I'm trying to like make him out to be the poster child for everything wrong with black people. But right now I'm seeing like classic bullshit. It ain't even like nothing new. It's just classic bullshit that we're already accustomed to out of our own because of the history here. Like, who? I don't know. I don't want to come down too hard because people already know. But this is basic shit.
All right. Well, you already know. Listen, we got like about 5 more minutes, so let's listen to that. We're gonna go ahead, give our take on that, give our final thoughts, and we're gonna go ahead and call it an evening. And we thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for stopping by this evening. Respect to the family. Oshun, thank you so much, family, for go ahead and gracing the stage. As always, it is a pleasure. Let's get it.
Boy, he used to have a big back white woman.
Oh shoot.
Boy, he had a big back black woman, and he had 2 kids by her. And I said, "What is it about her? What was it about her?" Because He was with her. She was a big bag. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, what is it about her? You know, what did you like about her so much? You wouldn't believe what he said, bro. He said she did every nasty thing that you can think of.
Yeah, God 3000. That's the main reason, bro.
I just want to say this, right, to that. All right, as a black man who honestly throughout my entire life of only dealing with black women, I've never actually had sexual encounters with a white woman. I've said that before. I'm saying it again, reiterating. My point is that I've heard about all the freaky things when it comes to white women. All I'm gonna say is that I haven't seen a shortage in the same equality of freakiness, or this whole bullshit about white girls give better head. Now, I'm not trying to attribute that to my sisters as a trophy or nothing. I'm just saying, like, again, like, when we get to talking about things like, oh yeah, they're better for this, they're better for that, it's like, nah, maybe you just come across some that are and you come across some that aren't. Is basically my point and what I'm saying with that. I've only to land it real quick, Lolo. Yeah, my bad, fam. I've only dated sisters, and I mean, I can't think of anything that they weren't willing to do when they're really into you. When she's into you, I don't know what she won't do for you. So all that whole thing about is, it has to be the white woman to do it. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. But go ahead, Lolo. You got it, fam.
It's mighty funny that people, when it comes to black women and dating, the conversation is, if she's too freaky, I know that she's a hoe. Because how does she get like this? And she'll do this with anybody if she'll do this to me. And I'm not even married to her. Most black men that I know, including my father and my brothers and my uncles, have said that they've never been married to a white woman, but they all say, oh, white women will get down with you, and they don't got to be married to you at all. But like he said, they not judged on the same criteria as black women. Black women acting like that says they're a whole hoe that don't deserve shit. Meanwhile, like he said, the big backs deserve everything. They winning because they know how to get nastier with you with little to no commitment. Like, how, on what planet is it okay for white women to introduce the same AIDS, HIV to you, as a black woman, but somehow her AIDS is different because she know how to give it to you better? Like, really? What planet are we on? So again, all this proves is that we're in a society that's post-racial, and we're still suffering from post-racial syndrome to the point we can openly say this is wrong, while also saying at the same time, we're still gonna live this life. It's funny he mentioned celebrating black culture in a negative way. Meanwhile, in his statement here, he's making clear that he celebrates white culture, which is that freaky shit that black women ain't really like naturally adept to and shit, but they become naturally adept to because they forced into white celebrated culture and shit like that. It's funny how he can say both things and they both exist in his mind at the same time. It's funny how you can do that. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, right? In my experience, I've noticed that black women have adapted very well to this culture. We've adapted the best. For instance, the way we talk amongst each other versus the way we talk at work is two different cultures that we maintain almost without prompt. The way we are in front of police is not the way we are outside police. Okay, like, we have adapted to language to the point we have our own language according to the dictionary. You understand? More than Ebonics, African American vernacular and Ebonics, two different sets of languages in the English set language.
Wow.
So
shout out to my peoples, man. That's what I'm talking about.
So what I'm saying is, when he talks about ability to adapt, I hate that we talk about black women in, let's say, corporate America, how they can go into corporate America and start running shit like it ain't nobody's business, right? And then say, well, when they come, they don't know how to adapt and go there and then come home and be different for their man. Meanwhile, white women don't know how to be different at all. They going to work being passive aggressive, coming home being passive aggressive, and getting married and divorced at a 1 out of every 2 situation. So it's like, are you telling me that they're adapting? Right? They're adapting. Most people, right, can adapt to going into secret, right? Because you don't have to really adapt to do something in secret. And then the way you are in front of people you want to impress, different. There's no adaptation to that. Black people have had to literally adapt. Like the way black men is in the face of white police officers, that level of masculine, let's say emasculation, black men have to maintain a certain level of decorum no matter how they're treated in front.
We have to be passive.
They gotta be passive aggressive.
You have to be passive.
Not passive aggressive. They gotta be passive in front of white men, right? But then they gotta be masculine when they leave that situation. That level of adaptation is not what white women are doing when they go in secret and do freaky shit and then come out to their jobs and their white counterparts and act like they didn't do it. Like, that's not adaptation. That's human nature. Adaptation is what we have done in this country for this world. That's adaptation. Period. The way we have revolutionized religious music, that's adaptation. The way we have revolutionized culture, the way we have revolutionized the medical field, that's adaptation. I don't know what, like, I don't know what planet he living on, but it's not the same one I'm living on. But I get that in his mind, he's someplace else. Black people don't adapt somehow. Never mind the last 500 years. The white people are the ones that are adapting somehow. They're adapting.
Well, this is what we're gonna do, Lolo. All right, because we can ready to end this off. All right, we're at our final little. So we're gonna listen. We're at 18:45. So let me pull it up. We're at 18:45 on the time mark. We're gonna go to 20:45. All right, we're gonna give this last little 2 minutes a glance through. We're gonna give our take on it. We're gonna give our final thoughts, and we're all gonna have a good night. Much respect to the family. Let's go ahead and get to it. Respect.
Said that she would do anything, nigga. Anything.
Upside down.
That's suspicious. Because
He said she had no reservations, boy, that she would do anything and everything to make sure that was cool.
I think all big women, you know, they got something to prove and they got to do what they got to do, man. They in that bedroom doing all kinds of different things.
You know that he letting big bad white women eat his butt. That's what I take from it.
Whoa, honestly.
I'm sorry, but to hell with you. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's keep going.
He said that no, he wasn't. Well, I mean, I don't know if that was
wow.
He said that, you know, like it was no nose when it comes to sex. Wow. Like she was obsessed with sex. Like I'm saying, like, you know how a lot of guys complain like they're in a sexless marriage or stuff like that or whatever, so on and so forth. He said it was never that. He said it was never a no. Like she was always down to always hit. You know what I'm saying? Like she was
he married to her?
And I was like, really? He was like,
she had to compensate.
Was he married?
He said that, you know, it was never a no. And she was just
it's because the white women will do things for black men for pookies that other women, even Asian women, Hispanic women, are not gonna do. That's my personal opinion.
I don't know about them Asians. Now them Asians.
He said it was almost like she worshiped sex. Like she worshiped having sex with the nigga. And I was like, shit.
He might have been the only one running down through there.
That's nothing to
Might be.
I think the stats show, though, let me know if I'm wrong. I think the stats show that still more black men are marrying black women than anything.
No, that's a fact. That's 100% fact. That's 100% fact.
That's wrong.
Ain't no debate about the stats, but
pause it.
Lolo.
So let me write something down, right? So let me do this, right?
Take your time.
Somebody's phone going off.
Not mine.
Okay. So you see this? This is 10 men, right? It's 10. This let's say this is 10 men, right? If only out of the 10 men, this right here, 30% will ever marry anybody, right? Period. Only 30% will ever marry anybody.
I'm looking at a lot of bodies along that line that don't got a line under it.
No, okay, so out of 10 men, right? Only 30% will marry anybody. Let's look at the numbers. 30% will get married. That's all we're dealing with. Is these 3 men right here out of every 10 get married to anybody, white, black, whatever, right? Let me see this. Let's say one and a half, right? 1.5 men will be divorced for some reason. Okay? How many men is left out of every 10 men, right? That will be married to a black woman and actually stay married past 2 years. How many men on this page?
It's one
One,
from what I see.
right? One.
Yep.
So when we keep talking about most black men marry most black women, look at this. What you talking about? Most black men marry most black men ain't married or getting married. And most black men, technically, when it comes to the numbers, all these men, there's a chance that this one is going to be 85% of this one is going to be married to a black woman. 85% of the one. Do you understand? We down into a fraction of a person now. What are you talking about? We marry women at an 85% rate. No, you don't. You don't marry nobody. No, not in mass. No, that's not true. What he should say is we impregnate black women the most.
Shit. But Lola, that doesn't sound good. That I mean, I'm being honest with you, Lola. That don't sound good for us as black men.
I understand that.
Okay. Well, so what are we gonna do about that?
Well, the first thing we're gonna do is learn when to stop talking about each other and our community in front of other people. Okay, with other people sitting at the table. That's not what we do. Okay, that's not what we do. That's the first lesson. Before we start talking about how to solve shit, the first lesson is when white people are around, we don't dog our own people or our own culture. I don't give a damn what the fuck we talking about. We could be talking about crime, literally. Right. What I'm not about to do is talk about how black people so fucked up for crime when white people is just as much fucked up about crime. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to talk about, well, if your people got the same level of type of problems as my people, what's plaguing both of us that we both can learn from. But I'm not about to down my people simply because you think my people are more criminally adjacent. No, ain't none of that shit going on. Now, I might, once we get past that amongst our own people, we can say, let's talk about why we really upset. Let's talk about why we really upset first. Let's get the emotions out first. Why are we really upset? Then we can come down to the facts and say, now here's the facts. You're upset because of that. Cool. Now let's deal with the reality that we face, no matter what we feel. Now we got to make decisions based on our reality, not how we feel. The reality is, if you are 45 and you're a woman and you want to get married, you know that you are a middle-aged woman. Your ability to move, to have sex, to have children, to do a lot of stuff is dwindling. You know that. You don't have time to date for 5 and 6 years. You have a cool 6 months at minimum to date anybody and make a decision. When you're 20, You can afford to date for 2 to 3 years and figure out if we live's right. But when you 30, you need to cut that down to about a year. When you 40 plus, this is what we need to do. I don't care who hurt you. This is what we need to do. Okay? Like, stop wasting time. Everybody can agree. Let's not waste time. If you don't want to get married and you want to fuck, everybody on the first date, say that shit. Everybody. First date. Oh, if you want to get married or you want to fuck around. I want to get married. I want to fuck around. Well, thank you. That's no harm, no foul. Like, let's start there. I don't need to point to black men and talk about their employment numbers. I don't need to talk about black women and their hair. Let's talk about what we really need to do to move from here. And this is the part that angers me about people like Anton. You never talk about solutions. Everything is always about finger pointing. That's it. Just finger pointing. Never any real solutions on how to get past first base. You remember that movie Titanic?
Yes, I do.
You remember when the boat was sinking and the couple was running through the bows of the boat, and the water was just streaming in, and then there was this Indian couple that was stuck at the sign trying to figure out, well, which way is this way, and if it's not English, so it's not in our language, it's English. So they were just standing there while people are scrambling and water is literally coming up. They sitting there looking at the sign like, which way? And we knew they died. Right? That part. That's where we are when people like Anton get to talking this grip, instead of realizing that people need answers and solutions that they can put into practice today, not in 20 years, today. Like when I say to single mothers, because I am a single mother, and I say, when your boys get as tall as you, I don't care if they're 7 years old, when they reach this height and you looking eye to eye, I don't care what their father is. You need to send them to be with their father. I'm not saying relinquish all custody, but they need to live primarily with their father, period. Okay? Take your time. But once you raise them to the point you eye to eye, it ain't about their father. Those boys don't see you as an authoritative figure. You are at best a suggestion to them when they know they physically better than you. When they like right here, you can control them physically, but when they stand toe to toe with you, it's in a man's nature when he looking his mama in the eye to say, I'm in charge. Like right now, my son is 15 years old. I come about right here to him. Somebody break that door, I'm calling my son. Okay?
Right.
Technically, he's the leader of the house, and he's 15 years old, and he won't wash his underarms half the time. He's the leader of the house.
Right.
I pay for everything, don't get me wrong. But at best, I'm a chauffeur to him. So this is why with my boys, my oldest one, I sent him to live with his father. My youngest one, he with his father 50% of the time every week. Okay.
Right. I'm hip.
As a single mother, the one thing we all can do is say, half the time he need to be with his father. I don't care if you don't like his father. If his father did beat, let him go. Now, if he don't have a father at all around, let's suppose father did, out of the country, whatever, send him to his uncle, send him to his grandfather, send him with another man, period. Somehow.
Lola, you know it's a lot of pushback. That's
no, ain't no pushback. Ain't no pushback. Ain't no woman in America is sitting around claiming she don't know no men.
Right.
I don't know no men. That ain't the truth. That ain't the truth. As a female, when you have children, you have to be more stringent than a single woman on the type of man you have in your life because you have children. You don't have the ability to say, well, I want him to be six figures. Your ass, because you got kids. Your first question is, does he got an affliction that would make him touch a child? That's your first concern, not how much money he make. You don't have that you don't have that luxury of a single woman to say, I want him to make six figures and I want him to have this car and I want him to just know. You gotta worry about them kids first. That's what you need to do. And it don't take much. I'm not saying you gotta settle for a dude that ain't working and no shit like that. But your first priority is to your children, even when it comes to the men that you bring into their lives. And I'm telling you, you don't have to sacrifice character. But you have to change your mindset as a single woman. That in and of itself I'm not asking nobody to spend no money. I'm not asking nobody to date different. I'm just saying the way you approach your life as a single mother is the trajectory of this entire country. We have to start making different decisions. And it's not hard. Do you know how much time I get to do shit with my man, where my son is gone half the time?
Right. Right.
Okay. Do you know how much quiet I get to walk around this house and eat food that I can't eat in front of him? Do you understand? Like what happens when I have me time away?
You get
from
to have a Pepsi. You get to
I
have
have a whole Pepsi Coke.
You get to have a
Because
Pepsi
my
Coke.
son, all my son do is drink water, and he be
I
on me.
already
Like,
know.
like, listen, as a single mother, stop holding on to these kids. Let their ass go.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. All right, so with what you just said, what would you tell the average single woman? So let's just say it's a phone call comes in and it's like, hey Lola, I love your advice. I mean, or I love, your energy. And they want to ask you this question. How long should I allow it to take before I let my new boyfriend meet my kids? I have 2 kids. We've been dating for about 2 weeks or so, under a month. How long before I should bring them around my children? Because I noticed that's a very back and forth with a lot of women. Yeah, I want to know.
Okay. I'm not gonna give a time, right? I'm gonna give a status. When he put an engagement ring on your finger, or you guys are in the way of saying we want to get married, and now we're gonna start working towards bringing our lives together physically. Like we're not dating no more. We making plans on moving in together, putting our money together. I'm closing this account out. You making sure this over here is right. We moving to we setting our plans up because we know we want to actually be together and be married together. We know that. That's when you introduce him to your kids. You do not introduce him to your kids when you getting to know him and you don't know him enough to sit and say you want to spend the rest of your life with him. That's not when you introduce them kids to that man. That's not it.
Lola.
Hey.
Lola, they're not going for that.
No.
Look.
And here's the thing: what you want to do, right?
Lola,
no, let me show you something. No, let me show you something. What they've been doing right now with the 2 weeks, the month, the 6 months ain't been working. So ain't nobody fitting to tell me, well, I can't do that. Yes, you can, because what you've been doing ain't getting you nowhere. What you've been doing been getting your daughter great. What you've been doing been getting your son great. What you've been doing been getting you used up and seeds dropped in you, and ain't nothing happening for you. That's what been happening for you.
I want to make a quick clarification for anybody listening. We are speaking about kids in grade school, not your children being grown. 18, 19. You are right. We talking about like the 9-year-olds and all of that, right? We talking about grade school.
We talking about children, not adults.
Your kids grown. That shit don't count. That don't count.
No, it don't. It don't really count. So when you got
it don't at all. It don't
right,
at all.
It don't count. When you got children that's still impressionable, right? Even upwards of 15 years old, impressionable. It's my opinion, right? Based on my experience as a single mother, that first of all, you don't want to bring somebody around your children that your children are going to get attached to. And then if you should have to break, now your children angry at you because they carry that shit into their adulthood. Like it's times my sisters will say stuff to my mother about the choices she made, and it's been 25 years since. So the last thing you need to do is ask me, well, how much time do I need to give it? Ain't no much time. Are you ready to marry him? Are you making plans with him to get married? Do you have a ring? Like, what's the deal? When you get to that point, once you introduce him to your kids, now your kids can accept, oh, he's definitely going to be in our lives. If he's just your boyfriend, you don't have no obligation to introduce him to nobody. Like you don't. It ain't costing you not to introduce him to your family. when you don't really know him. Like, it's not costing you nothing. Why you need to introduce him to your kids? The reason why a lot of these females, because they bum bitches, introduce him.
Whoa. Hey, Lolo. Let me. True story.
Go ahead.
True story. Years back. So I actually say, you know what? I think we should hold off. On. Thank you. I think we should hold off on, because she was one of the type that wanted to like instantly, like, I want to bring you to the cookout. I want to bring you to around my family. And I'm like, let's see if we even are going to work first. So long story short, she busts out and she says, a man that doesn't want to be around my children, that's a red flag, because I need to know if I'm going to marry you, me and my children come, the term, as a package. So if we come as a package, then I need to see out the gate how you are around my children.
I'm gonna lean in on
that. I don't know what.
No, hold on. I'm gonna lean in on that. Now that's a red flag, but let me lean in on that because you know my style.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. You do want to know how he's gonna fare around your children, right? But do you want to know how he's gonna fare around your children, knowing that there's a possibility that he won't be around your children? Like, really? Which one do you want?
Okay. No, that's not the trajectory of things in which they speak about, law. You good? Hold on. I think she froze. Hold on, y'all. I got you. Wow. I think she froze. Let's see what goes on. We're basically at the end of this right here anyway. I'm going to give it a quick moment. All right. Let me see something. Yeah, hold on. Bow. I know you can hear me, Lolo. So go ahead and hit the link again real quick if you want to come up and give your final thoughts. Other than that, we are soon to get ready to get up out of here. I appreciate. Hold on, man. Let me just do that bow. Yeah, there we go, right there. I'm gonna give this about 1 minute.
Seeing shit like that. Question: how many faking they streams, getting they plays from machines? I can see behind the smoke and members, niggas ain't.
There she go.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I don't know what's up with that. I lost my little connection over there on that. But what I was saying was I'm gonna lean in on what she said. I accept the fact that she want to know, how do you act around my kids? How do you interact with my kids? Right? That's fine. But what you need to be is solid on you and him as a couple first, before you put him in a circumstance to see how he's going to do with your children. Imagine you getting my sister's circumstance, where you put your children around your boyfriend, right? And then y'all get together, and then whatever happened, and y'all have a falling out, and he take you to court for the kids, not y'all's kids, the kids, and then he win your kids in custody court away from you because the kids love him more than you. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? So what I'm saying is, don't worry about how he gonna be around your kids. You got time for that. Worry about whether you willing to keep him in your life on a permanent basis before you bring him around your kids. Bring him around your kids. That's fine. But bring them around your kids when it's time to bring them around your kids. 2 weeks in, 1 month in, bitch, I know why you bringing him around your kids, because you want other people to know you ain't single no more. You want to show that nigga off. And all you doing is testing the water, and you putting them children at risk. That's all you're doing. When they see you with this man dating, and then that don't work out, then they see you with another man and that don't work out, and they see you with another man and that don't work out, them kids will not bond with nobody. It ain't just about seeing how the man you fucking with is going to deal with your kids. What if your kids don't want to bond with nobody because they feel like they can't? It doesn't matter if you bring the man around now because your children don't want to bond. especially them boys. When them boys get a little bit of size on them, and they like, yo, I don't need no man coming around me telling me shit. I don't need no daddy and shit like that. What the fuck does it profit you to figure out how he does around your kids? Make sure you and him good first before you do any of that shit. Again, I ain't telling you that you shouldn't have that concern. Sure, but there's a time and fucking place for that. And we out of fucking sync at this point as a culture. Just listen. If you like that nigga, right? If you really like him and think that you really want him to meet your kids, make sure that he know how serious you are and test to see if he want to meet your kids. Now, if he want to meet your kids but ain't talking about keeping you in his life, he might be just wanting to fuck around with your kids. Yeah, I said it.
Whoa, Lolo. Well, damn.
I mean that shit. We got a whole problem in this community with incest and all sorts of stuff. You know. So no, I'm not about to sit and hold my tongue on that. If he want to see your kids, but he ain't trying to see you in with a ring on, something wrong. Something is wrong. And if you too stupid as a woman to know that something's wrong, somebody probably gonna lose their life.
Black Air Force energy.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Any final thoughts, Lolo? Before we get ready to get out of here. Yeah, final thoughts on everything we've been talking about today. Anything you got?
I'll say this to black people. Okay.
Here we go.
No, let me say this to my people. Okay. We are a resilient people. Okay. No matter what anybody say, can't nobody talk SHIT to African Americans. Nobody. I don't give a damn what their passports say. I don't give a damn if they got stringy hair. I don't give a damn if they pink. I don't give a damn if they got 16 degrees, okay? I don't give a damn if they own half of all the islands on this planet, okay? And the moon now at this point. Can't nobody talk SHIT to African Americans. Nobody. Nobody on this planet has any room to talk shit about anything. And I mean anything going on in the African American community. Even the violence that we see in Chicago and DC and all that right now. That goes on every day outside of America where there's poverty. Even worse. Okay? So let's be clear about something. We're focused on our community and it seems bad, but in reality, that ain't shit in the world. That's just every Tuesday. Let's be clear about that. So when people get to talking about us in a negative way, understand if they're not from our community, they don't fucking matter. We run this shit for real. No matter what people tell you. Without us, there is no America. Period. There is no place, no beacon of hope without us. Okay? So, I don't have nothing bad to say about Africans. I don't have nothing bad really to say about white people at this point. But I will say that white people I do see where they got bigger problems than dealing with black people. I don't see how talking about black people or even dealing with black people is helping them at this point. When it comes to like foreigners, like listen, it's a white man right now that's gunning for every last one of y'all. I think y'all need to worry about your own countries and why you left, because right now you're fitting to see that shit again, and I don't think it's gonna be pretty. Right now, my people, right, they got some new jails built down in the islands, nice jails that down in Nicaragua and Ecuador and shit. They got some new jails that they just commissioned out, okay, and they need people to fill them shits. And what better way to do it than to go to the most violent cities in America and pick up anybody that's feeling froggy? What better way to fill a jail and clear a whole city? To my people, understand something. We ain't new to this, we're true to this. We know how white supremacy moves. We know that them jails ain't being commissioned out because they really trying to stop crime. It's about money. So if you know got a nephew, a son, or who the fuck ever, and you know that they out thugging and rugging, and you ain't doing your damnness to make sure they educated so that they don't find themselves swept up in capitalism, something is wrong with you. It ain't just parents. Okay? My nephew got caught up in some dumb shit, right? And I had to come and tell him, like, you were on your own. Not because I don't love you, but because you got a hard head and because you don't want to listen. Now that white man gonna force you to sit down for a while. And you gonna do that. And I'm glad the white man's making you sit down. Ever since, like, listen, his mother passed away, but I had to let him know, if you don't want to listen to me, you will listen, but you're gonna be sat down while you listening. Now, when you get out, you might have some act right. But at this point in time, we're losing too many children, too many men and women to our children who are out of order. Stop worrying about what Africans think of us. No African signs your paycheck, okay? Stop worrying about whether white women are winning or not. These men are baiting you. Whether white women is winning or not, we got other issues. Let these red pill niggas do whatever the fuck they do. Anton don't have no dog in the fight. So why are you talking to him like he's leading anything outside? He ain't even leading the conversation. Okay. I don't know, but these niggas don't matter. You got bigger problems. Okay. Like, you really got bigger problems. Just keep it straight. You see what I'm saying? As they say, fly straight, stay in your lane. If your lane is trying to get yourself married, listen, it ain't hard. But if you're not willing to go find married people and figure out what's making it work from the people you know, fuck these people on the internet. Go find married people that you know. And if you don't know nobody that's married, right, then you need to read some fucking books. Fuck the internet. Go to the library. Find some books on relationships. Read them shit. My son bought a book the other day with his allowance. It was about how to make friends, right?
I don't know the last time I heard that word. I still pass it out, but yeah, allowance. Wow.
Yeah. I give him allowance every 2 weeks. He went and bought a book called How to Make Friends, right? How to win over people and make friends. And I read about a paragraph from that book, right?
Yeah.
And my father read something in it too, because it was in the car while we was traveling. And I was amazed at what came out of the book, that it just kind of codified just so much that I had learned over my lifetime in one paragraph. And my son was reading that. And he, instead of him being online trying to figure out, well, from other people that he don't know, right? He's reading pure information and letting that shit filter, right? And he's meeting the world with education on things, not a bullshit experience that may or may not be, you know what I mean, what he think it is. So I applaud people who want to educate their children from a standpoint of education and or experience. But at the end of the day, right, we are not gonna get richer or better by doing the same shit we've been doing the last fucking 50 to 100 years. I don't care if your grandparents was together for 50 years. You ain't your grandparents. Your grandfather, you ain't your grandfather. Okay, you can't afford to take care of your chick and 4, 5, 6 kids by your damn self on your income. That ain't what the fuck is happening.
Well, see, also we gotta remember when granddad and them was coming up, you know, like I will never forget when my father told me, listen, this isn't my grandfather, this is my dad. He told me that 3.5 bedroom apartment that we had in Adelphi, you know what I'm saying, was $250 a month, all utilities. I didn't even know how to receive that information. with a balcony and woods in the back.
That part. So this is what I'm saying.
Shout out to Jefferson Square, man. Shout out to Jefferson Square.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. You're not your grandparents. What happened in your grandparents' life is not going to save you. You're right here. Everybody, we right here together. Okay. And as far as African Americans are concerned, the best time for us was when we understood we are all we have. We don't have friends. We don't have resources. All we have is us. So yeah, when you see your nephew, when you see your niece, when you see your grandmama, when you see your auntie doing some fuck shit, call it what the fuck it is. You don't gotta sit and beat their head in, unless you got to and shit. But call it what it is. Stop being passive when it comes to fuck shit in our community. Call that shit out. Okay, like right now, everybody calling out Kim Kardashian because of the way she's allowing her daughter to dress, right? Why is it that you don't do that with the chick down the street from you? Why is it that when you pull up at your child's school and you see other parents coming in there looking like they robbing literal cradles and shit, you don't want to address that shit with the principal? Why is it that when you around at any social situation and you see someone assaulting someone else or doing something that is inappropriate, why is it that you're not doing everything within your power? There's something in Islam, right, that it says, and I'm not sure if it's in a hadith or where it's at, but
Just
it's
go ahead. I
something.
might know. I might not.
It's something that says if you can't stop wrong from happening, right, then essentially speak out against it. If that's all you can do is use your words, use your words. If you are unable to speak out against evil or wrongdoing, then at minimum, make sure that you are right within yourself to know that that is wrong. Do not adapt to the wrong because you can't speak out or you not in a position to make it go away. Make sure you stay in alignment with you first, because if you don't, as they say, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. This is where that begins, inside, not on the outside. Inside, you start falling for any and everything. So this is my closing words, because I've heard from an African that's dumb as shit. I've heard from a black man like Anton that's fucked up. I done heard from a white woman that I ain't even gonna get into her fuckery, okay? But none of that matters. None of it matters. It don't. What matters is us and what we do and why we do it. I don't need validation from other people for our story. I don't. I really don't. I'm okay with them thinking whatever they think. I am really okay with that. If somebody feel like they doing better than me and my people, good for you. Shout out to you. If you mad because because you think we mad about you getting a degree, I never heard a black person upset over what Africans are doing. I've never heard of that. So this is new to me. But at the end of the day, I'm fully aware that none of this shit matters to my people. What matters to my people is how we do us, how we get together, how we resolve our own problems. And one problem that I am in agreement with is what I stated earlier about as women, how we've been moving lately. We have to change something. And I get it. Sometimes the fathers don't be fathering. I get that. But at the end of the day, you chose that man and you got to live in the bed that you made. If you chose that man to be a father, let that kid go with him when he gets big enough. If he is a danger to the child, something's wrong with you. But if he really is, put him around men regardless. Somehow put him in the vicinity of men that you trust. But don't sit there and hold on to that child. Because when you hold on to him, all you doing is corroding him. And that's not even your intention. But that's what happens naturally, because boys are not meant to be up underneath their mother but so long. Let them go. Let them go. It's okay. Okay? It's fine. Let them go. And that's all I got.
Nah, God dang it, Jim. You every single time, you grace the stage, you bless the stage. I have absolutely nothing to say outside of that. Hold on one second, real quick. All right, yeah, my bad about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to have ourselves a wonderful, wonderful evening / early morning, depending on where you are out there in the world. I appreciate everybody for stopping through. Lolo, thank you very much for gracing the stage again, fam.
No problem. It's a pleasure for all mine.
You already know. And with that being said, y'all already know what it is. Let me see where my thing at. Yeah, I digress. Respect to the family.
My mic is muted.
Get it.
Little nigga, but I'm big hearted. DC, where it all started. Long nights being outside. Got big love for that south side. A lot of dirt get done here. If you don't like us, don't come here. Riding around trying to get money. You don't want it, you a big dummy. Steady scream for the real niggas. Ain't never told, ain't never been. DC just living life, not too far from the president. Couple homies did jail time. They let them off for no evidence. Legal weed in my residence. Hot niggas irrelevant.
Light northeast. Edgewood, 600 block, catch me up top. Posted up by the bus stop, we don't trust cops, we just bust glocks. I be all in the danger zone like CHV, that's in Uptown. DC stand for don't come, you better go. Chuck Brown, free Lolo with Dust Ball. Rest in peace of pork and bando. She get lit just like a candle. Jumbo got it top just like Rambo. DC versus everybody think shit sweet, then make a move. Come around with that bullshit, you gon' leave quick like Larry.